What are I get or a weaver? At least I said if I'm begging you to feed my heart. What are I pattern or a full-time job? I'ma just stretch my hand and give my people need my help. Why go again do the nice? So long you bring me here, you follow, give me better stay. Like you like get a sin. It better I also than to compete ability. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things that's only between us. If that don't step I will say what up. I wanna smoke here instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little pieces only between us. If that don't step I will say what up. I wanna smoke here instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me. I said if I, proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me.
Get up on yeah, better yeah.
I sell it okay,
selling bread, selling hair.
Okay, I'm okay.
Selling food and driving bread.
My name is okay.
I have been well done by red.
Yeah, and I get what these people then say. Better I wear the money I get paid. They don't see they go put me in jail. I want my old man to come in for help. They tell us they mommy a shit. I'ma say I get body on crate. You know, say I'm working, I'm doing no pay. The money I'm taking no pay. Now the reason I send on my fears of them when I come into there, I will clean it. Probably welcoming the people out there. Even that clean it, clean it. When I work, I'm willing, they're willing. I'm another young we just be dealing. I'm another people asking for people. I'm gonna go see that clean that stealing.
I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things that's only between us. If that don't step I will say what up. I wanna smoke here instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little pieces only between us. If that don't step I will say what up. I wanna smoke here instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me. I said if I, proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me.
They tell like a city for problem, bring that one you can be overlooking. Because say you want help, you bless you through what you get in the lower wagon. So that's it, I am my life. If you go happy, don't look for a living. When you get on and can't walk to me now, I'm running behind and walking. They did better to see well a woman and me when I go down and smell of cooking. I'm proud of what I do, so long my people feeling good. So long they ask me on dairy, I'm still just super blue. I'm telling things well, then time I to join blue.
I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things that's only between us. If that don't step I will say what up. I wanna smoke here instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things that's only between us. If that don't step I will say what up. I wanna smoke here instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me. I said if I, proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me.
See what like me. They're going to see.
To the sounds.
Throw coming.
What are I get or a weaver? At least I said if I'm begging you to feed my heart. What are I pattern or a full-time job? I'ma just stretch my hand and give my people need my help. Why go again do the nice? So long you bring me here, you follow, give me better stay. Like you like get a sin. It better I also than to compete ability. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things that's only between us. If that don't step I will say what up. I wanna smoke here instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little pieces only between us. If that don't step I will say what up. I wanna smoke here instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me. I said if I, proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me.
Get up on yeah, better yeah.
I sell it okay,
selling bread, selling hair. Selling food and selling bed. I have been well done by red.
Yeah, and I get what these people then say. Better I wear the money I get paid. They don't see they go put me in jail. I want my woman to come in for help. They tell us they mommy a shit. I'ma say I get body on crate. You know, say I'm working, I'm doing no pay. The money I'm taking no pay. And the reason I send on my fears of them when I come into there, I will clean it. Probably welcoming the people out of there. Even that clean it, clean it. When I work, I'm willing the willing. I'm another don't wish every dream. I'm another people asking for people. I'm gonna go see that clean that stealing.
I wanna use my teeth for open up. I want pop for this head of things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want no small children instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I want pop for this head of things, there's something.
Yeah, I'm not using my teeth for opener, all right? Hopefully the microphone will be nice to me today. I've been working on it. Going in and out, guys. So give me a second here. I don't know what's going on.
If that was step why I would say what up. I want no small children instead of even give me talk. Proud of my West, so long you pay me. So long I'm still no one gave me. Proud of my West, so long you pay me. So long I'm still no one gave me.
The girl I can say you got problem, bring that one you can be overlooking. Because say you want help, you bless you or two way, you get the lower wagging. So that's it I am my life. If you go happy, no look where I'm living. When you get on and can't walk to me now, I'm running behind you and walking. Taking benefits, you like woman and me when I go down and see my cooking. I'm proud of what I do, so long my people feeling good. So long they ask me, I'm here, I stick a super glue. I'm tired jeans well, then time I to join blue.
I wanna use my teeth for open up.
Yes, I'm not using my teeth for opener. No way. No way. My teeth would not be used as opener.
I won't pop for this head of things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want no small children instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for opener. I won't pop for this head of things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want no small.
It's studio. You smile. Damn, it's starting beat. One life to live, one price to pay. All the people money, while all the people dancing. Life is a game, no success for happy. Let light in me, can never be hating. That's why they call me. The more you hate me, the more I shine. No, that's why they call me. No darkness can stop my shine. That's why I'm called. My life gonna shine. I don't care what else you do. I want money, but it can make me to cross the road. I want a few more, but it can make me to bend down low. The light in me can always shine on what I want. That's why they call me Bono Follow. And I don't care what you put me, I force to shine. The more you hate me, the more I shine. No, that's why they call me. No darkness can stop my shine. That's why I'm called. My life gonna shine. I don't care what else you do. You didn't give up on me. Thank you, mama, thank you. You never let me down, no. Thank you, Baba, thank you. My daddy built me up. Spiritually, he says to me. The more you hate me, the more I shine. No, that's why they call me. No, that.
Yeah, the more you hit me, the more I shine. Voices on it coming your way. Live from Maryland, these United States of America. Share for
No
all.
darkness can stop my shine. That's why I'm called. My life gonna shine. I don't care what else you do. Swag. Swoop. 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 Swoop.
right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to hold the microphone when I be annoying today, guys. I've been working on it here. All right, welcome to another brand new edition of Voice of Sino and the Diaspora. Let's see. Let's make sure we got a good sound quality here. At least if the sound is good on your side, please give me heads up, please. Let me do a sound. I don't know what I like to do sound check when I'm on live. But given that the microphone is going in and out, I want to make sure I get good quality. So hold on a second here. The microphone is going in and out. I want to make sure I get good quality. So hold on a second here. All right, so far so good. It sounds good to me. All right, hopefully it's better on your side as well. All right, again, welcome officially. Give me a sec. I don't know what's going on with the thing. Welcome again to another edition of our show. Sorry, I don't know why this thing going in and out because I don't want to sound like I'm yelling in your ear. So I like to make sure it's good. All right, let's work with this and see how it plays out. But welcome to all of you. Sino County premier platform Voice of Sino. We're happy to be here every Thursday to have a conversation with you. Please, as you follow us or as you log on, please share the link for us. We would do appreciate it. Also follow us on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube page. Voice of Sino in the Diaspora is the name on YouTube as well. Don't forget, just hit that subscription button. The platform is growing gradually. We'll have a good number of people, but we want you guys to our target, at least so far, we need at least 2,000 subscribers. And people to subscribe. We need 2,000 is our target right now. I don't know why this thing is messing up, guys. Give me a second. I'm fighting with a microphone. Going in and out. Let's see. Let me check it from the computer. It's on max from the computer here. So I don't know why it's going in and out. All right. Let's see. Let's try again. So yes. Yeah, we are asking you to subscribe to our YouTube page. Voice of Sino is the name on YouTube. Don't forget. Yes, we are hoping that all of you you're doing good out there, staying out of trouble, doing the right thing, like the artists say. You're gonna sell the cool water. Better to sell cool water than to get in trouble. This thing is annoying, guys. It's a brand new microphone. I don't know why he's doing that. This is brand new. All right. So what I'm gonna do? Yeah, it's cutting out and out. It's frustrating me right now. I hate when it happens like this. And I was working the whole of last night. It sounds like it was okay. All right. Yeah, let's give it a shot, and we'll go in with the fluctuation in the audio, like that, whatever the case may be. Hopefully my guys will join me and my panelists. I'll send a link to them, so hopefully they will be here with us to join the conversation. All of you that are following right now are saying, hey, Morris, how you doing? Welcome. You say, I was in Ghana and visited the Cancun Park, paid 50 Ghana City for a few hours in Liberia. Conservation of our biodiversity is on the book in reality. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go into that. Welcome aboard, Hilton. Thanks for following us. Thanks for your comment. Lloyd, thanks for following us as well. Garrison, thanks for following. Thank you. Shared the platform for us. All right, let's get into it. Our first talking point. We have a short agenda today, but it also has meat in it. It contains a lot substance in it. Hopefully the microphone will not give me a headache today. Yeah, so let's go into it. The first thing that I want us to talk about is Tim Patrick to join me here. Man, this is the brand new Mac. It's just going in and out. All right, guys. Hopefully, when you edit it, it goes up, then it goes down automatically by itself. I don't know why, but let's see what Patrick can get set up over there, and we can get the ball going here to get the first talking point. Yeah, you got to go down a little bit, Patrick, so we can see your hair on camera. Just your face is on camera right now. Make sure your face is on camera. Bring it down a little bit more, little bit. You don't want to bring it on. It will be right here on your face. So let's see what my co-host, let the man get set up there, and then we can get the ball rolling here. Yeah, but in the meantime, how are you guys out there? How you doing? How's wherever you're following from? How's Liberia in the land of liberty? Yeah, hopefully the land of liberty is treating at least those following for Liberia. Yes, mine things are going well out here in the U.S. Let's see. Let me follow from the device and see the people that are also. Hey, Evangelist James Scholar, how you doing? Welcome aboard, sir. Wifey is following. How you doing, honey? Welcome aboard. Lloyd Jetta, I seen Garrison, I seen T. Senator Panto, I see the president of the Sapo Polobo in Liberia, Mr. Kuyawale. Thanks for following us as well. All right, all of you that are following your Team Patrick, you look great there. You look awesome. Yeah, so you look great. Let me bring Patrick on here. Hey, Patrick.
Oh, yes.
How you doing?
How are you doing today, CEO?
I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. Yeah. I'm doing good. Happy to be back on a fantastic Thursday today. And we're here for the people, for the cause of the people. And
yeah, I like your video quality today is very good. Yeah, it's very
great.
Yeah. Your service is very strong today. Yeah. All right. So, Patrick, let's do it this way. We're about 19 minutes into the show. We have a short agenda today. But the first thing I want to talk about, it has to do with the letter sent to FDA by the Sapo Campaigners. I will also start with that letter. I will put the letter on the screen, and we're going to analyze it, and we're going to put it in context and give your opinion. I give my opinion, and then we'll go to the next thing. But it's called Sapo Campaigners Raised Concern to FDA. And if you read the communication, Patrick, it also says that all options are on the table. Sorry, my device is getting annoying, Patrick. I don't know why. The mic, I've been working on it all last night. It seems like we're working fine. But yes, it says that all options are on the table, including legal action. That's why it says all options are on the table, including legal action. All right, let me just leave the microphone and go. I'll go to the letter here because I'm getting frustrated, Patrick, when it does that. All right, so let me share the communication with us, and we can read it. The letter from the Sapo Campaigners. All right, that is the communication. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to make it bigger so we can see. Zoom. Let's go back here and check it out. Let me zoom in a little bit more. It looks good to me. All right. Okay, so Patrick, this is the communication from the Sapo Campaigners. Let me adjust it a little bit. All right, I'll leave it that angle. All right, so this is the communication from the campaigners. You know, Patrick, these guys, I'm quite impressed. You know, they have been working assiduously, diligently, sedulously for the right thing to be done. You know, I mean, our society, if you don't, I mean, everywhere, as a matter of fact, if something is going on and you don't speak up, you become the victim. So I like the fact that the campaigners, they are stepping up to the plate to speak up to things that are happening in the county. Because if you mind the political, when we pay attention or we look up to the political leaders, they're not going to do anything. All right. So the people got to speak. And that's why when you study public policy, Patrick, they say the politician will not take action when the people don't raise concern because they don't want to give themselves a job, right? So they will not speak up. So I like the fact that the campaigners, I thought I put the picture of the chief himself. But Patrick, let's read the communication. I will upload the chairman for the campaigners. I will put the picture up shortly. But yes, the communication that was written, it dated April the 3rd, 2025. And it was addressed to Rudolph J. Merath. Rudolph. So he's a managing director of Forestry Development Authority, FDA. It's a FDA community, Monserrate County, Monrovia, Liberia. And it says, Patrick, give me a second. Let me check again one more time. I think my sound is good. So it says, Patrick, Honorable Rudolph Merath. Hopefully I call her name right. And it says the Sapo Campaigners, an advocacy organization dedicated to advancing the interests of the Sapo people, congratulates you and your staff for the level of work being done at the FDA. It goes on to say, however, we are very concerned to bring to your attention a matter of grave concern affecting the Sapo National Park and surrounding communities, including the Sapo people. There is an alarming, it says, there is an alarming and unprecedented level of illegal activities. Sorry, I can hear myself. There is an alarming and unprecedented level of illegal activities within the park, with an estimated over 10,000 individuals believed to be illicit miners and poachers, both Liberians and foreign nationals, allegedly engaging in mining, poaching, and deforestation. These activities are devastating the park's biodiversity, including the destruction of giant trees, indiscriminate hunting of wildlife, and extraction of valuable minerals such as gold and diamonds. To enable them to carry out their illegal activities, these individuals allegedly build settlements in the park. It goes on to say, furthermore, these illegal activities pose severe environmental and health hazards for nearby communities. Water sources are being polluted, making them unsafe for drinking and domestic use. Air quality is compromised, with local inhabitants, including women, children, and the elderly, now at risk of contracting respiratory diseases. It goes on to say, the Sapo Campaigners, for the most part, this forest was preserved by our forefathers before it was designated a protected area by the government of Liberia in 1983. The Sapo National Park is not only a national treasure, but also a global asset. It is home to many rare animals and plant species, including endangered species such as the Diana monkeys and pygmy hippos found only in Liberia. It also serves as a major carbon sink, playing a critical role in mitigating the effects of global warming and climate change. In addition, it is a gem to the scientific community. Researchers come to Liberia to conduct research in science. It goes on to say, we believe that if managed properly, this park has the potential to generate millions of dollars in revenue, support Liberia's development goals, and also to support global environmental efforts. Mr. Managing Director, the Forestry Development Authority, FDA, which has a fiduciary duty to protect the park, has reneged on its statutory responsibility. It is breathtakingly mind-boggling to see this national treasure disappear in thin air. The failure to protect the sanctity of park poses an economic and national security threat to this country. Therefore, it says, we urge FDA to take immediate actions to halt the illegal exploitation and destruction of this valuable resource. Considering the gravity of this matter, the Sapo Campaigners will consider all options, including legal action to protect and safeguard the sanctity of the Sapo National Park. For any inquiry or reservation, please contact the organization. Thank you for your usual customs. And it says sincerely, this was signed by Brian Philip Wakoko, Executive Director. The CC Conservation International, another one sent to the Wild Chimpanzee, and then Fauna and Flora International. All right, so Patrick, this is the communication from the Sapo Campaigners. Sorry again, my mic is just annoying today, so hopefully we'll go with that. So Patrick, this is the communication. What is your take? What do you make of this? I want to get your take before I come in.
Yeah. Thank you, Derek. And let me acknowledge the feeling effect of your mark today. The mark is not very impressive. It comes out good, and then it fades off. It fades away as you talk. But I hope it improves and it works well. So, regarding the communication from the Sapo Campaigners, I think their action is a significant step towards liberation of the Sapo National Park, which has been overtaken, by how should I call them, illicit, occupants, illicit miners, and what the campaigners describe as poachers. When the campaigners talk about poaching, they simply mean that the people in that park, who are either doing sales of dry meat, protected species, or they're doing logging activities, the big fish, the fish in the water, in the rivers, they are there, and they're doing different things with the protected species. That's what I mean. So I think it's a giant step. The last time the Sapo National Park was liberated, through an executive intervention, of the county leadership, was in 2009. 2009, under the superintendency of Senator Milton Tiaji. Yes. For that intervention in 2009, the local government accrued financial and mineral wealth, from the Sapo National Park and the Standard Rock Plantation. When the ERU was sent to evade, illicit occupants. Now this time around, maybe the county leadership has not been saying anything about it. The government is not saying anything about it, and the campaigners have stepped in to say no, enough is enough. And what these people are causing in that forest, in that protected forest, is dangerous to the socio-economic well-being of the country and to the community. in which the park is located. Also, it poses a serious national security threat to the park community and the republic. Take for instance, if you go in that park right now, bulk of the people who are there are the Mosaic people from Burkina Faso. And you and I know how extremism is taking place in Burkina Faso. All right, people from Mali, people from I call it from within the West African region, and even beyond. They are in there. You got Liberians who are also there. Okay, so the campaigners, letter to FDA calling their attention to the situation there is very rewarding. It's accelerating and it's self-liberating. And I think the government or the FDA, should do everything humanly possible to make sure that it goes in. It goes in there to get the people out of that particular forest. I won't go further because my background is not really too good. I can feel the nerves myself. But
it's not that bad though. It's not that bad. Go ahead. It's not that bad.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So yes. Then another thing that is good that the campaigners their letter seeks to also address, is the issue of the mineral resources in that area. For example, the mineral in that area does not belong to the government of Liberia. It is not the property of the government of Liberia. It's not for FDA. The mineral, even the forest, is for the people, the Sapo people. It is their ancestral inheritance. Okay, they have more rights over the forest, over the mineral resources there, the gold and diamond, the logs in that forest. They have more rights over those things than the government of Liberia or the FDA. So if they don't act, if the campaigners fold their arms, do nothing, or the entire Sapo community, because from the side of leadership, nothing has been done already. We don't see any action from the side of leadership. All right. So if they're the people who will be victimized tomorrow, if nothing is done, and illegal occupants go and fell all the trees there, kill all the animals there, exploit all the mineral resources there, pollute the rivers and the creeks there, and the people have nothing to rely on for their farming, for their livelihood, and everything else, that improves their lives. Of course, it becomes a problem for the future. And posterity will not judge the campaigners right, because they are the campaigners. They are the people who are advocating for the people of the Sapo people, and they do nothing about those things that are happening. Posterity and history will judge them wrongly. And I think their campaign calls for all hands on deck. And you myself, thank God that today we have already brought it on the platform, and I know we back them up. Professionally, and media-wise, to ensure that their voice is given the loudest attention from the government. And the FDA goes there, carry the ERU there, carry the PSU there, carry anybody they can carry there to get those people out of that place. In fact, guess what they are doing in that park? They are not only poaching, they are not only undermining the biodiversity of the nation or of the forest. They are not only putting us at risk, but there it is what I call it. It is a great hideout of illegal drugs. Okay, of illegal drugs activities taking place there. If you go there now, people are smoking all of the hard substances you can think about. The coach, the zombie, all right, the opium, everything you can think about. Yeah, there's a major trading area there for illegal drugs, illegal substance. So I think the campaigners, I must applaud them. I must give them a pat on the back, and I work with them. I welcome their action, and I'm going to give them my support in every way possible to ensure that illegal occupants leave that park. That which will be the first part of the campaign, and the second part of the campaign. Now we can all be talking about what FDA needs to do for the people in the park community, especially the Sapo people in the park community. What FDA itself needs to do for them in terms of the livelihood, for taking the forest from them. I hear back in the meantime. See you.
All right, Patrick, thank you so much. Thank you. You see, Patrick, if like I said from the beginning, if the people keep quiet, there will be the victims. I mean, there's the paragraph in here from the communication that I want to look at again. All right, here's the paragraph right here. The campaigners wrote. They said, furthermore, these illegal activities. Okay, first of all, the people in the park, they are operating illegally. Illegal activities going on there, according to the campaigners. Okay, these illegal activities pose severe. Okay, that means it's not something to joke with, right? It's something serious. It's severe. So severe environmental and health hazards. Okay, so it's dangerous to the health of our people, both to the health and the environment, right? Whatever's going on in there, that the leaders are not doing something about it, that private citizens got to come out to speak, right? So they say it poses environmental and health hazards for nearby communities. They say water sources are being polluted. Water sources where the people can drink from. Water sources have been polluted, making them unsafe for drinking and domestic use. Okay? And they went on to say air quality is compromised with local inhabitants, including women, children, and the elderly now at risk. I mean, Patrick, this is a serious thing in our county, our district. And I mean, the last time I checked, I can hear you guys a lot of time. Oh, leave our lawmaker, leave our, especially the guys who represents District Number 3. I mean, the reason why those guys are lawmakers, so the reason why Sonny Boy Noah is representing us is to seek our interests, right? But if you listen to the communication, Patrick, the survival of the people is at stake. Their lives, their children, women, elderly, I mean, they are in danger right now because of what is going on in the park. Because the people that are coming, the Burkina Bees, the people from other countries, they are coming and pouring all their drugs and their chemicals and everything else in the park. They're destroying what they call the biodiversity. I mean, basically, the living things and the trees, and they're destroying the whole place. And then we say, Patrick, we have political leaders in our country. All right? I do not think we have political leaders. We have people that are just occupying space. They do not care for what is happening to the people. You know, they don't care from the local things. Because to have a political representation, I think Patrick is frozen there, to have political representation and things of this magnitude happening in your county, and nobody is saying anything, your political leaders are all quiet, they're not saying anything, it's sad. It is ridiculous to say that we have people that are representing us, but there are people, life is at stake. There are people in grave danger, but they are not saying anything. They are only there to ride fancy cars, to buy the latest African suits, and to dress all day, and the people call them honorable. But then there are people are suffering. The people are drinking dirty water. The people's life is at stake. The survival of the people is at stake. But no, the political leaders are not talking. Their family members are not involved. So they have no reason to say something. So we want to say thanks to Mr. Wakoko and his team for standing up, for speaking up, for not being quiet like our lawmakers. Because when they get their fast salaries, it's enough. When they get their fancy car, that's enough. You know, I want to say thanks to Mr. Saya as well for being part of this thing and working with Mr. Wakoko so that our people will get some sort of justice. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me how you say you have educated people, but then, I mean, your people are just at the short hand of the bargain. They are always at the lower hand. I mean, as though you didn't go to school. Yes, you put the wrong people in power and your people suffer. They suffer. You have the national park of the country, but then the people in that park, they are suffering. I mean, around that area, I mean, foreigners coming, they pillage in the park, and nothing being said. But they say it's a national park, protected park, an area that is protected, and people are just coming and doing anything. And I mean, as though no government in our country. Liberia is a banana republic, basically. You know, anything goes. Anything and everything goes in the country. And nobody cares. Once the check is rolling for those guys, they don't care for you. You know, but then when I bring up something about Noah, who represents my district, I mean, the man eating the best food. I mean, he gets all the vegetables, he gets all the fruits. But I said, drinking water in his district, it's not there. No drinking water. The biodiversity is being destroyed in something about Noah's district. One of the people said, leave the man alone. But the man is not doing anything. He wears all the gold rings and diamond rings. But the people are suffering in his district. They're destroying the trees and the ecosystem, everything else. They're breaking everything down. But the man doesn't care. He does not care. Periodically, he carries Chinese zinc, and people are pressing him. What are you pressing this guy for? Well, he is not even talking for you. He's not in the Capitol building to say a word. He's suspended. And then the park, the protected national park in his district. They say the lives of children, women, elders, everything. The people, the survivors are at stake. But now a lawmaker is not saying anything about it, and people will tell me, Doc, you put the leaves on the board, Noah alone. Okay, why did we elect him? Why did we elect the brother if you guys don't want us to hold his feet to the fire? Why did we elect Sonny Boy Noah? Tell me. He is the political representation of the people in the Capitol building. And private citizens, they got to come up and write FDA that, you know what? The Sapo National Park is being destroyed. All the animals in there, the bucking bees, and the people are coming and destroying and killing and digging the gold. They're taking all the minerals from there. But then the lawmaker is going to a Royal Hotel to eat a $75 worth of fruit. Pay $75 US, you know, so they can eat your cucumber. But in his district, the National Protected Park is being destroyed. And Sonny Boy Noah is not even working with the campaigners. And the people say, leave Sonny Boy Noah. This man is the wrong man to have been our representative. He's a wrong man. We put the wrong person there. The man is not speaking for us. He is just there to bluff. He got 10 vehicles, 10 cars, he alone. He got no cars, driving there around. But the district, the children are there in school, but the people are extracting all the minerals. Man, I don't like how my microphone is acting today, guys, because I want to deal with this topic sufficiently. Yes. The children are not in school. We got the gold, the diamond, everything. The people are digging, the foreigners are taking everything out. But no, the lawmaker, he does not care. No, he does not. He does not care what goes on in the park. When they extract all the minerals from there, that's okay. So we want to say thanks to Wakoko. We want to say thanks to Mr. Sia for standing up for our people. Yes, one day we'll get a right leader. Hopefully, because the likes of Sonny Boy Noah, they will be on the sideline. They will criticize. They will talk. Oh, the other person is not doing this. The other person is not doing this. The old leaders, we got to change them. But then when he gets there, he does nothing. Nothing absolutely that Sonny Boy Noah is doing for us. I mean, going and taking Chinese zinc and putting it over so-called city hall, it's not important than protecting the minerals in our park. Imagine when those minerals are properly used, right? They will help our people. We'll get better schools. I mean, the children will get, libraries and those things to read. But look, nothing is being done. The people are not benefiting from the resources. Yes, our lawmaker doesn't care. Once he can build his houses all over the place, that's okay. That is better. And those sycophants of his they are praising the man, even though they don't have the first couple rights to eat. And Sonny Boy Noah is having fun. He walking beyond another representative. But they park in his district number 3. In Johnson statutory district, or district number 3. The people are looting all the minerals from the park. One with congestion, the reason why Sonny Boy Noah is not speaking up is because maybe he's getting share from the foreigners. And that's why he's not saying anything. When the people are looting and killing all the animals, the indigenous species, they're killing everything. They're doing anything. The park, now our children, survival is at risk because the foreigners are breaking all the drugs. And now they are drugging. They are trying to take, not trying to. They are turning our children into Zocos in Sano County District number 3 because our lawmaker has no reason to intervene. He doesn't have no reason. It's not, if that's something I would give him a new car, he would think about it. But no, he's not doing anything. So, in as much Sonny Boy Noah, who wanted to be our representative, and the people gave him the gobble, hey, he's not doing anything, we will continue to talk here. When the people say, I hate the man personal, that's your business. But no, this is not personal. It's not personal. This is about what is going on. They said the people's life at stake. His office came in the other day and said, no water, clean water in one of his towns in his district. And the man was celebrating a birthday for 4 days. And people said, why am I talking? We are not getting fair treatment from our lawmaker. No. He's not speaking for us. He's not doing anything to protect our interests. No, Sonny Boy Noah is not doing that. He's not. He is there to wear the African suit with multiple buttons. That's why he is there for. He's there to wear gold and diamond rings and walk around the town. That's why he's there for. And that is not why we elected Sonny Boy Noah. No. And people are saying, oh, but why he can't go to Romeo? Why he can't go to Chie? Why he can't go to Samson Weir? Why he can't go to, the American Liberian, Quentin Duncan? Why? The reason is those guys, they've been on the same long time. with the exception of Samson Weir. But Romeo has been on the political scene for a long time, and the people know Romeo is not doing anything. He's not going to do anything. So putting Romeo in the Capitol building, it's nothing. The man was the development superintendent, and he became the superintendent, and Romeo did nothing. And they put the man in the Capitol building. So Romeo now is also wearing more gold ring and diamond rings. That's what they focus on. Why the people, the park, the national park, the people are taking all the resources from there. They are looting the place. Our people are not getting anything from there. But no, they're not speaking. It doesn't bother them. Once they get their mansions, they're good. Let me see. Let me play with this thing a little bit. I don't know why he's doing that to me today. Yeah. So the guy don't care. Our people are suffering. All the Sonny Boy Noah and Romeo, they're running, wearing gold and diamond competition. Look at the hands. All of them are gold. They worry about wearing the gold. But the people that they represent, yes. Imagine those minerals are properly used. Our people will benefit from them, but they're not getting any benefit from the resources. No. Foreigners are taking it. What kind of country is that people will just come from other countries and just exploit the resources and no leadership? Nobody's doing something about it. And you say the war protected part. A protected place been invaded by foreigners and citizens alike. But that is okay. But then the political leaders are not saying anything. Nothing. Quentin Duncan, I don't expect Quentin Duncan to say anything. No. Quentin Duncan and the looter from the country. His forefathers. 133 years. And then we put a man there. He was a representative. He did nothing. And then they put him in the House, in the Senate. You expect the man to do something for us? No. The man is just there to shine, to build, get his businesses when he leaves so he can have fun, him and his family. Quentin Duncan is not going to do anything. Nothing. When the last time you have heard Quentin Duncan proffering a bill when you were in the House of Representatives? No bill. Since he been in the Senate, nothing. The same thing. So, we're just wasting our time with these people. And I thought Sonny Boy Noah Bender, he was a young man. He would do something different. But no, making a join the choir. He joined the choir. As a matter of fact, Sonny Boy Noah said, what be Kufa? That's what I'm going to do. That's what good for me. Working beyond Kofa, that's what I'm going to do. But Kofa is not doing anything in his district. This man has a whole budget. When his house got burned, in no time, they put millions of dollars and give it to Kofa. Yeah, they get the money to the man in no time. But the people in your district, they are suffering. Yeah, Patrick, I'm getting frustrated. The microphone here. But I want you to talk a little bit. Maybe I want to change it and get the other mic on. But it's really getting me frustrated. It is getting me frustrated. Let me see. It is getting me frustrated. But then it looks good on the audio up here though. But I'll just go with it like that. Yeah, I'll just go with it like that. But in my ear, I'm not hearing anything at all. Yeah, so Patrick, that's it. Let's go to the next one here. Unless you get something else to say, but the campaigners are doing a good job. Basically, the guys are now doing the job of the representative. That's Sonny Boy Noah is supposed to be doing, the advocating for his people. The survival, the safety of the people is at stake. But no, that Wakoko is doing the job now. So I think Patrick will make sense to replace Sonny Boy Noah with Wakoko. Because Wakoko and Mr. Say are doing Sonny Boy Noah's job. I mean, it's serious something, Patrick. They said the life of elders and children and the elderly at stake. That's what the communication said. And the lawmaker does not care. He does not. I mean, if the people's life is at stake and you, the lawmaker, you have nothing to say, you are not in I mean, what do you care for? What are you in the Capitol building? Patrick, maybe it makes sense to me if the people that you representing, their life is at stake and no statement from you, you are not saying anything. What makes you a representative of the people? Try to make sense for me, Patrick. Try to make the thing, maybe I don't know, maybe the way I'm thinking about it, but make it to make sense for me, Patrick. You are representing me. My life is at stake, but you are not doing something. What makes you my representative? Patrick, give me your opinion. What makes you my representative in the Capitol building? Yeah.
So the framers of the Constitution, they assign among several responsibilities to give the lawmaker. Hold them down. They give them one important.
Is there a way you can adjust it so you're off camera and come down a little bit? Yeah, you go.
They give them one important responsibility, which is called oversight. Yeah, oversight. Oversight is to ensure that what is supposed to be done for the people is done, for the people. Oversight is government. Government should make sure government should do what it is supposed to do under the law. So, for example, illegal occupation of the Sapo National Park should not have been a concern. Oh my man, how's my background?
I'm going to manage with it. I know this environment you are in. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it should have been the responsibility of the representative of the district in which the park is located to call Congress attention to the situation. Oh no, I gotta go off.
Okay, all right, that's fine. All right. So guys, yeah, that's amazing, the circus, Yeah, so guys, that is it. I mean, it's sad that we have political representatives in Sino. They're supposed to be at least the guys, and they are men. Romeo Kuya for district number 1. Sonny Boy Noah represents the district in which the park is located. This is the senator. I took the other guy's picture down. He's a senator for the entire county. And so this you are called the attention of Creighton Duncan. But no, Creighton Duncan does not care about what goes on in Sino. The only thing Creighton Duncan cares about is how he can get some money to get his personal businesses going. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, Sonny Boy Noah is a mentor of Creighton Duncan. You know, all they think about is to gather resources. That's all they are in the Capitol building for. I mean, imagine your people, the minerals, they're taking the gold and the diamond, they're cutting down the trees. I mean, they're just destroying the whole place, killing all the animals. But the people that are supposed to speak for their constituents, they are not there. Chia is not talking anything. But all he does is on Facebook and write articles on what the law says and what the law, does not say, all the different things. But the law is being violated in his county. Foreigner coming, they're unveiling the national park, a protected park. Chia is not saying anything. He's not preaching law in that area. The two senators of Santa County, they are not saying anything. Apparently, the park is not in the area where they are from. So they have no reason to speak. I'm quite sure maybe the park was in Lexington, Creighton Duncan will speak. If the park was in Morrisville, Senator Chia will speak. But worst of all, we got the guy who cannot even say a word. He does not know what's going on in the country. And he's representing a vast district. District number 3, Sonny Boy Noah. And no, nothing Sonny Boy Noah can say. No. Nothing. Nothing shakes the brother. Nothing. I'll go to the next one here. That's the problem. We get another mess for 6 years. Yeah, it's a mess in Santa County for the next 6 years. All right. We're going to be inside. Now, let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about today on the show. My microphone is killing me today. I don't like the sound. My microphone is killing me today. I don't like. Okay, when I listen to it, it's good though. All right, let's go to the next thing I want to talk about on today's show. All right, so let's get to the next one. This one, I want to just ask a question. So-called an inquiry, right? And we want to ask the president of the United Sapo Association, Madam Francess Campaigners. We get for now, we are in April, May, June, July, August. Okay, we are in April, May, June, July, August. So a few months now to election. We are, this year is an election year. And the Constitution of the United Sapo Association is clear. The last day of January, February, March, the last day of March, Electoral Commission should be set up for election. Okay. We are now in April, but no Electoral Commission has been published. The president has not set up Electoral Commission. So, as the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors, we want to know what is the cause. Why has President Francess Campaigners not set up election commission up to now? What is the cause? We got nearly 3 months to election, and electoral commission has not been set up by the president. Why? That's what we want to know. That is the question. We cannot hold other people accountable in the past. And President Myers is trying to follow the same example because Mr. Gio did similar thing. And that was some of us, we came out and spoke and said, Mr. Gio, you can't hold the organization hostage. You got to set an election commission. And these are some of the things that led us to throw Green out. So we want to know why the president who chased Green out has not set an election commission up to this point. Why? Why President Myers has not set an election commission? Or it has been set up and it has not been announced. We want to know because this is election year. We want to know, we want to make sure what the guidelines will be, how much the candidates will be paying, and the different things, the stipulations. So that because when you set up a commission, the team got to go to work to write the rules and everything. It takes time. And so up to now, the president has passed the constitutional threshold. It should be in March the commission should have been set up in March, and we are in April. January, February, March. April, we are in April now. Today, April 10th. And we don't know who the Electoral Commission or the chairman is. We don't know the members of the Electoral Commission. So we want to know what sort of, is that a game the president is trying to play here? What is going on? Is she trying to hold on so that people will not go against people, especially the incumbent or vice president who we are told he wants to run, even though we are not getting official communication to that effect? Is the president playing games so that his vice president will have leverage over the other people that have the desire to run? The president got to set an election commission so that the playing field will be clear, so people will get them, because it involves money. Election involves money. Because the community organization has been politicized now, and so people got to run campaign. They got to go from state to state to campaign. But now, up to now, we are in April, and the Constitution says that the president got to set an election commission in March. The last day of March, it got to be set up. And we are in April, the 10th day of April, and we still don't have election commission. Are we going to election this year? Probably not. Maybe we are not going to election. But that means that the organization will be with our leader or leaders. Because this is the electoral year, election year. We need new set of leader. President Myers is leaving. Or because is he leaving and that's why she's trying to, play this lackadaisical attitude on us? No, Madam President, until you leave office, I am in your corner, but I want you to leave heroically, the same way you led heroically, okay? You can't leave now and scatter everything. No, the same effort you put in for 10 years, you got to continue on that. You have to be, because you are elected president because of the Constitution. You are the president because of the Constitution, Madam President. So you cannot go beyond the constitutional threshold now. Why? Why have you not set an election commission up to now for the people, the candidates, some of us that want to run, so we can put our team together? Why? Why the president holding us hostage? Why President Myers has not set an election commission? And that's the question to the president. We want to know. We want to know. We want to know why the president has not set an election commission. That is the question she has to address to us. The candidates, I'm told people want to run for office. They want to take the vice president wants to run. Okay, that's fine. But the president got to set up the election commission for the people to plan, to get their teams together, to get the fees. Someone will be paid to go around the country to run campaign and other different things. But election commission has been set up, so we don't know. And this election, it is not fair to the people, Madam President. It is not fair to us. It is not fair to candidates or would-be candidates. It's not fair. And as a spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors, we cannot be quiet on this. Injustice anywhere is threat to justice everywhere. That's what Dr. King said. All right? So this is injustice to us. And we want to call the board of directors to call the president. Why the election commission has not been set up? The election commission, the board cannot sit down, and the president is holding up hostage, and they are not saying anything. Why is she holding up? Is it because people, she doesn't have people? Okay, then communicate that to the board of directors or communicate that to us, with the people, so we can know, because you are serving as our leader. You are not a leader for yourself, all right? You are not a leader for yourself. We have the George Floyd episode right now in Minnesota. Why was he removed? It's because you were not doing things in keeping with the Constitution, all right? And we have a discussion on the issue of George Floyd, all right? So I'll put the wrong talking point here. I'm talking about President Myers, and I got George Floyd there. But George Floyd, we're going to go into that question that was on your screen. We're going to go into it shortly, okay? We're going to look at the Constitution of the Minnesota chapter. But right now, it's USAA. Why has President Francis Clarke President Francis Clarke Myers of the USAA, who has done a wonderful job, who has led the organization for 10 years, and she's getting close to leaving office. But then up to now, and this is an election year, and no election commission has been set up. And the Constitution says March is the last month that the president should set up election. It should not be difficult. It should not take you, this long to set an election commission, Madam President. All right, so that's it for now for Madam President. Let's go to the next thing that we want to talk about. Let's talk about GGAA Constitution, okay, Minnesota chapter. The fundamental question that we want to tackle here is, was Floyd George, the ousted president, was he removed constitutionally or unconstitutionally? That's the question. This is the president of the Minnesota chapter. All right. We are discussing the Constitution here. Today, I got a communication, but they suspended our campaign, so I'm not campaigning here. We are just looking at the legal document of the Minnesota chapter. That's what we want to look at. I'm part of the poor young team, actually, but I'm not running campaign. I got my platform, and we have to talk about, the law, because it looks like people are not following, because it's the law that makes Mr. Floyd the president of the GGAA Minnesota chapter. All right. So we want to know, what does the law say, the supreme document? Because I have read communications from the office of the former president, and he says that the new leaders, they are in violation and all those different things, but he did not even give one constitutional provision. Mr. Floyd did not give one provision in the Constitution to back up what he was saying, that, the people violated the law. Which portion of the law was violated? Which provision, which article the people violate? Okay, since Mr. Floyd refused to give up constitutional provisions, our job here is to go into the document, because our job is, we are voracious readers, right? So when people make an argument, we want to read the document, what the document says, right? And so that's what I'm about to do here in this segment of Voice of Sino. Let me go to, bring the Constitution up here for us so we can look at it together. Because I don't want to be the Floyd George who say, the people violated the Constitution. But then he cannot give us one provision in the Constitution to back up what he's saying. All right? So let's go to that. Let's see. Let's get to the Constitution. GGAA Minnesota Chapter Constitution right here. Okay. I will come here and I will share with you. Let's share the Constitution with you here. Minnesota Chapter Constitution. Share. And this right here. All right. This is the document that we want to look at. Let me take Floyd's picture down. Okay. So we're going to look at the Constitution of Graduate Association in Americas and see what it says. All right. Was Floyd removed, former President Floyd George, was he removed constitutionally or unconstitutionally? What does the law say? That's what we want to look at here. Okay. So I'm not reading the entire document. I'll just read, I read the document already. And there are portions in the Constitution that I want us to zoom in on, for us to focus on. I will laser focus on certain segments. So if you have your copy of the Constitution, we want to first look at Article 4 of the Constitution. Okay, Article 4 of the GGAA Minnesota Chapter Constitution. We're going to look at it where it talks about membership, right? That's the section we're going to look at first. So let's go to Article 4, RV4. Okay. So over here, it talks about membership right here. That's what we want to focus on first. Membership. Okay, let's look at membership. Under membership, it says here, membership of this chapter shall be in 3 categories: full membership, associate membership. Sorry guys, my audio is going in and out. I apologize for the back and forth. Yeah, so it says there again, full membership, associate membership, and honorary membership. Okay, so it says full membership here, and under that section, which is section 1, right? They say full membership. I'll read it slowly so that we can understand what is being conveyed here. Full membership. We are reading the Law of Grand Jury Association in America, the document that brought Floyd George to power. Okay. Full membership shall be opened to all registered dues paying grand juryans and others age 18 years and above. This category shall exercise the right to seek any elected or appointed positions, should it so desire. It shall also exercise the right to vote on matters of interest, attend all regular call and emergency meetings, and actively participate in the chapter's activity. Now, the focus here is authority of the full membership. I read that just for rhetorical purpose, right? So I'm looking at the authority of the full membership, okay? So it says the full member. The full membership of the Minnesota chapter shall be the supreme, okay, the key word here, supreme organ. The full membership shall be the supreme organ of the chapter to exercise such supremacy. Okay, I'll read that again. The full membership of the Minnesota chapter shall be the supreme. When something is supreme, it's the ultimate, nothing beyond it, that is God, basically. All right, if you're a religious person. It's the final, the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. That's the supreme. When they say the word supreme, nothing is beyond that. Okay, so they say the full membership of the Minnesota chapter shall be the supreme organ of the chapter to exercise such supremacy. Okay, 3/4 of the entire full membership category shall exercise their authority too. Now they give the authority now what they can do. The supreme members, okay, membership, they can dissolve the chapter for cause. They can withdraw the chapter from National Association for cause. This portion I have a problem with it, right? Because if the chapter is subordinate to the national administration, the chapter should not have the authority to withdraw from the union. No. It's like these states in the United States. And once they got a law that says that we can succeed from the United States, we can get away, we can be our own country anytime. That's a problem portion here. So if somebody wants to divide the graduate association, they can use it easily to withdraw and form their own organization independent of it. So the national administration supersedes any law that goes contrary to the national administration should be null and void. This portion that says that the chapter, which is the full membership, they can use the authority to withdraw the chapter from the National Association for cause. That's a serious problem here. All right, let's go to C. It says it can also remove the entire board from office for cause. Okay, when the full membership, they have authority to remove board members. Why do you think the president is exempt? No, the president is not of the whole. After all, this is the supreme body, the authority of the organization. Okay, let's go on. That's the reason why I'm reading this, right? They say it also has the right to expel or suspend any member's membership for cause. Any member, okay? Nobody is exempt. Nobody is excluded. All right? E say it can reverse any decision of the executive or the board. Okay, the executive, the board can make decision. The full membership, which is the supreme organ of Grand Jury Association Minnesota chapter, they can turn it over. All right. Now it says here also 2/3 of the entire full membership category shall exercise the authority to A or F, repeal or amend in whole or part any provision of the Constitution for cause. Okay, they can amend the Constitution. They can G, mandate the executive or the board to set up independent or ad hoc commission or committees for cause. Okay, you see, But the committee should have done this as well. But I don't want to go into that right now. I'll just hold my thought on that. H. The full membership, they can decide any matter not specifically addressed in this constitution. This is key. This line is key. This line is key in the constitution. H. The full membership, they can decide any matter not specifically addressed in this constitution. Now, if president overstates power, like in the case of Floyd George, right? The man overstayed, all right? And it is not addressed. I read the whole document. It was not addressed in the Constitution. So the Constitution says anything that is any matter that is not specifically addressed in a document, the full membership can take care of that. Okay, because it's the supreme body. Mr. Floyd George, who has stayed there for 2 terms, which is 4 years, and the man stayed up to 7 years, and he did not set an election commission. So the law says the full membership, they can decide matter which is not specifically addressed in the Constitution. Okay, so they have made a decision. The full membership. Let's go on, ladies and gentlemen. This document, it gave the authority to the Minnesota full members to make the decision, right? So I'm not going there. So that was a 4. So H, Article 4 of the Constitution, Article 4, Section 2. Okay, that talk about Section 1. Actually, that talk about full membership. You have to pay attention to H. H is key in the Constitution. Anything that is not addressed, any matter that is not specifically addressed, the full membership can take care of it. Okay, now go. The next thing I want to talk about here is we talk about the full membership, the authority. So let's look at Section 2, supremacy, the presidency, which is Article 9, I think. 10, yeah, it's 11. So let's go to XI. Let's go to XI of the Constitution, the Grand General Association, where it says about the president, what he can do and what he cannot do. Duty of the vice president. So let's go to the president. Okay. Tenure of the president. So let's look at the portion of the Constitution, tenure of the president. So it says here, Section 4, tenure of the president. The president shall be the spokesperson, the chief executive officer of the chapter, and shall, that the authority of the president is naming now, the thing the president can do, that's what they are telling you right now. So he can preside over meetings of the chapter. He can call emergency meetings, delegate responsibility to other members of the executive or the membership, be the principal signatory for all withdrawals of funds from the chapter's accounts, submit an annual budget to the board for review and approval, appoint standing and ad hoc committees and other positions as necessary, invite guests to the chapter's activities, solicit financial and material assistance on behalf of the chapter and its membership, retain the services of legal counsels in defense of the chapter and its membership, initiate, coordinate, supervise, and direct all administrative policies of the chapter. Okay, these are the functions of the president. Okay, these are the functions. There is not one function here that says that the president should stay up to 7 years. Nothing in here. Okay, nothing here that says that the president should stay up to 7 years in authority. Nothing here that backs the president in a direction. Okay, so let's go to the next section. What they call monthly general meetings. Okay, let's go to that. That's the section I want to read. So let's go to that section, monthly general meeting. Let's go to there quickly. Monthly general meeting. Go to article. Okay, I think it's XVR. Let's go to general meeting of where it says the meeting took care of this thing. That they removed the president, right? So what authority the Constitution gave the meeting? Okay, let's look at it. Now the meeting made, okay, here talk about emergency meeting, right? In the event of an emergency, the president shall exercise the authority to call an emergency meeting. In the event of resignation, impeachment, incapacitation, or death of the president, the board shall immediately call an emergency meeting of the chapter for the purpose of informing the membership and subsequent inducting the vice president and any other official in the constitutional line of succession as president. All right, let's go to the general meeting. That's what I wanted to look at. Let's go to the meeting. Hopefully I didn't pass that, but so the type of impeachment here, the board is the one that, let's look at the function, right? Maybe somebody will say, okay, it should have been the board that's supposed to remove the president, right? That's a board job. So it's because the Constitution says impeachment, section 1. The authority to impeach and remove, okay? There are two words there. Impeach, they can impeach and then they remove. There are two things, right? So the authority to impeach and remove any elected officials, okay? Any elected official from office shall be vested solely in the board, okay? Somebody will say, you know what? The meeting doesn't have the general, they call it the full membership. The full membership doesn't have the right to remove the president. All right, which is not true. So let's read this first, because that could be the argument for other people. They may say it's the board's job that's supposed to remove the president. Okay, so the authority to impeach and remove any elected official, any elected official from office, shall be vested solely in the board. In order to effect an impeachment and removal of any elected official, a simple majority of the board must vote in favor of the decision. Okay, that is in the case of the board, because when it comes to impeachment, it is exclusively the right of the board that's supposed to do it. All right, because they got to go to impeachment first before they can do removal. But in the case of the full membership, right, they don't have to do all of that. All right, because after all, it's the supreme body. So the board is subject to the full membership, because the Constitution says that any decision made by the board and the executive can be reversed by the full membership. Because so say for example, the board can remove or they can impeach a president. The full membership can come and say, no, we don't agree with you. They can put that person back. So the board scope is limited. Okay, it's limited. So let's go on. So section 2, demonstrate gross incompetence. Okay, that's not, I mean, even though Floyd could fall under this, right? Because he has to set a meeting, he got to call a meeting and do different things. He wasn't doing it, right? Because if you listen to his communication, oh, I'll call a meeting and nobody wants to come. Because, I mean, and that was a full problem on the part of Mr. Floyd. Because when you're a leader, you call meeting and people are not coming, something is wrong. That means you have to go to the drawing board to invest. What am I doing wrong that when people want to call meeting, people are not coming? You are not doing something right. You are not proceeding correctly. And that is why the people are not coming to meeting. So if you are a level-headed leader, you will call your officials and say, let's devise new strategy. Let's try to figure it out. Let's set up a committee. Let's explore why the people are not coming to meeting. But Mr. Floyd said, oh, when I call meeting, nobody's coming. And he sat down. Okay? And you are operating with outside the scope of the Constitution. Okay? The fact that we call meeting and people are not coming, it does not give you the authority to remain in power for 7 years. No. You have to find a way to bring the people. There is another section where he said, oh, 20 people came, and Prince pushing on that. And said, okay, you said 20 people came to meeting. Why did you set an election commission? And he said, oh, the people said no. I mean, where is the meeting to prove that? You have to give us document. Okay, the meeting that you had, that the people say, oh, you should not set an election commission, bring the meeting minutes and let's see the resolutions or the resolution in our meeting. From that meeting to say that the people say no. So we cannot just buy your words. We cannot take Mr. Floyd's word for it and say, oh, the people say no, I should not. How can the Constitution give you the right to do a job and say, oh, the member say I'm not? No, then you are going against the Constitution. You got to set up the commission. The commission, the Constitution already gave you the authority to establish electoral commission. And you say, oh, I'll go to a meeting, and the people say, I'm an answer. Okay, what are you talking about here? Where is the evidence? Where's the meeting that you are showing to us that the people say you should not do it, or you are just putting the people in you are using it as excuse or as an alibi so you can do your job? And that's how I see it when he said that. I want to know the man is giving excuses. He giving excuse here. He does not want to do his job, and so you put it on the people. And you're not showing any resolution from the meeting to prove that yes, indeed, the people voted and they said there should not be election commission should not be set up. No, he did not. I mean, so the man just making things up. Now, let's go to the position I wanted to talk about here. All right. The general meeting. Let's look at the power the Constitution gives the general meeting, right? When the people meet, when they get to a meeting, what they can do and what they cannot do. Let's see the meeting. Where are you? Dissolution. I'm about to end. So I passed by it. Let me go to article. That was impeachment, monthly meeting. I think it's at 11, article 11. Let's get to article 11. Election commission, tenure of officials, elected official. Okay, so over here, if you see as all elected officers, except for members of the board, shall serve a 2-year term. That's the Constitution talking here. Over here, Article 10, 5, 6, Article 16 of the Constitution, the tenure of elected officers, right? And it says how long the elected officials should stay in power. All right. So it says here, all elected officers, except for members of the board, shall serve 2-year term and may seek a second term, after which they shall not qualify to seek another term for the same positions held, but may qualify to contest other elected positions. Okay. So Mr. Floyd was given 2 terms as a president. That's a right. Okay. He's supposed to contest for the presidency first. So for the 2 years, he went there. He said the second term, he went. So according to the Constitution, after the second term, he can leave and vie for maybe a board job. He is eligible for that. But he cannot contest for the same position more than twice. Okay. So Mr. Floyd George won first term. He won second term. And additional, because that first and second are 4 years. Then he went additional 3 years. But then he still wants to be the president. He has done so within 3 years. Mr. Floyd George was unable to set an election commission. He was unable to call meeting. Okay. But the people met. They got at a meeting and they said, this is what, and the Constitution backed the people. Okay. The Constitution gave the people the backing to make decisions on matters that are not specifically addressed in the Constitution. Because if a president overstates power, right? If a president overstates, the Constitution does not give us stipulation what to do. So it says that any matter that is not specifically addressed, the people can take action. Okay, the people can take the action. And that's what the people did during the meeting. So Mr. Floyd George cannot give a constitutional provision that backs him up for 7 years. No. He cannot give a constitutional provision that backs up why he's not why he was unable to call meeting for extra 3 years. Okay. What is the constitutional backing for that? Mr. Floyd George cannot give us that provision. No, he can't do that. All right. So the Constitution spells out how long the president or elected officials supposed to be in power. They spelled it out. Article 16 of the Constitution, granted the Association Minnesota Chapter, all elected officers, except for members of the Board of Directors, shall serve a 2-year term and may seek a second term, after which they shall not qualify. It's clear here. They shall not qualify to seek another term for the same position, okay? For the same position held, but may qualify to contest other elected positions, okay? So Mr. Floyd George said first term, he said second term, and he gave himself additional 3 years bonus, but the man does not still want to move. And he was unable to set an election commission. He was unable to call meeting. He said he called meeting one time, only 20% of 15. He said 15 to 20% came. But he did not set an election commission. He gave an excuse and said, oh, the people say I should not set an election commission. Even though the Constitution gave you the authority to do that. But he said, oh, the people say I should not set an election commission. Okay, sir, what are you talking about here? Where is the meeting? They gave for the meeting meetings that said where the resolution in that I said the people say you should not set an election commission. Mr. Floyd George giving our excuses so that he can stay for another 8 years, another 10 years, and he will keep giving excuses and giving excuses and giving excuses. And then he will put fees on the people. He say people are not coming to a meeting, but then he coming up with fees. How are you coming up with fees when people are not coming to a meeting? Who are you putting the fees on? When the people are not, who are the people? I mean, those of you, the executive member, you are charging those fees. When the people are not coming to a meeting, where are you taking the fees from? Who are you putting the fees on? Okay, so let's look at the last position that I want to look at here. Again, we want to look at the general meeting. So let's look at the general meeting, their function. Their function, what they can do. Let's get to that. Then this thing got a very good quality audio, but then it kept going in and out. So what's the general meeting? Impeachment. We'll look at impeachment earlier, which is exclusively for the board. General meeting, where are you? Let's go to general meeting. It's somewhere here. Administrating. Okay, this is emergency. Okay, monthly meeting. Let's look at monthly meeting here. Article 11. Okay, of the Constitution, Grand Judges Association, Minnesota Chapter. Let's look at Article 11. This is Section 1. A monthly general meeting of the chapter shall be held at 5 p.m. during winter and 6 p.m. during summer on the Sunday of the Liberian weekend off. Okay? Was Floyd George following this? Okay? Was he following this? Because on the Liberian weekend off, a lot of people off. So it could, if you follow this, because there's a reason why the framers of the Constitution, they give you the time frame here. That's when a lot of people are available to come to meeting. All right. He said the venue and date shall be the responsibility of the executive. All right. It shall be the responsibility of the executive. Let me get the audio what I can carry up a little bit again. Okay. So at least 10, listen here, they say that at least 10 members of the chapter shall constitute a quorum. Okay. I'll read this. This is very interesting. At least 10 members of the chapter shall constitute a quorum for the commencement of the conduct of the meeting. Okay. 10 members. They can conduct the meeting of the chapter. For decision to be binding, it says, it continues, for decision to be binding, 2/3 of the full membership. We talk about full member, right? We'll talk about it in chapter 1. It said 2/3 of the full membership category present at a given meeting vote to approve. Okay. I want to read that again. For decision to be binding, 2/3 of the full membership category present at the given meeting vote to approve. Okay, the other one can vote to approve. So the meeting that brought Bobby Tudor to power, that meeting was attended by 58 members. I mean, I wonder why Floyd was unable to call a meeting. But under the leadership of the what they call the council of former leaders or stuff like that, They were able to congregate 58 people in no time. And the president could not bring 50. He said the only meeting he called, it was attended by 20 persons. But the meeting that elected the meeting that elected the interim president, Mr. Bobby Tude, it was attended by 58 members of that chapter, 58. And the Constitution said at least 10 members of the chapter shall constitute quorum for the commencement of the conduct of the meeting. For decisions to be binding, okay? For decisions to be binding, 2/3 of the full membership category present at a given meeting vote to approve, okay? So the people met. 58 members, they met at the meeting. And of the 58, all of them, they voted. Nobody abstained. The 58 members, they made a decision. And the Constitution says the people that convene at the meeting, 2/3 of that people, of the full membership, okay, they can vote to approve binding decision, okay? So the people thought that Floyd overstayed. And the Constitution says the board can remove the president. The board did not do her job. For 3 years, the board did not impeach the man, did not remove the president. Now, and the man is going on and overstaying. After 4 years, he went additional 3 years, and he still wants to go, and the board is not doing what they're supposed to do. And when you overstay, it is not addressed in the Constitution, okay? And the Constitution says that any matter that is not specifically addressed in this document, the full membership, all right, they can make the decision. So the people met during the meeting because it says that decisions to be binding, 2/3 of the full membership category, okay, present at a given meeting, vote to approve. The people, a resolution was put on the floor to remove the president because he overstayed beyond the scope of the Constitution, because he's not operating any longer within the scope of the Constitution, okay? He's not operating within the scope of the Constitution. So the people say, you know what, saying the board did not do her job. We, the full membership, we are the supreme body for the organization, okay? The executive can make a decision and we can overturn that decision. The board can make a decision and we can overturn that decision. Okay. Since the board reneged, as a matter of fact, since the president reneged in doing his job, he could not set an election commission in 3 years. Okay. He could not call a meeting in 3 years. And the board did not call the man out. And did not call in what's going on. The board did not do a job. The members say, you know what? We can't continue to be in a leadership crisis forever. We got to do something because the Constitution, it gives us the right. So the guys, the 58 members of the Minnesota chapter, they went to work. They went to work and they put a resolution on the floor. And all 58 members, they said we have to replace Mr. George Floyd and bring interim leadership that will serve for 3 months for election to be held. So I want to see the backing that Mr. Floyd George has constitutionally. Okay, 58 of the members met, and the Constitution says 10 members can make a decision. 10 persons, they make a quorum. They can make a decision. They can be binding on everybody. Just 10 persons, and you have a meeting that was attended by 58 human beings. And the guy said, oh, the people are operating illegally. You call a meeting with 20 persons, according to you, and the 20 persons told you not to set an election commission, and you listen to them. And there is another meeting held where, man, this is annoying, where 58 people met. And a resolution was put on the floor, and they voted for it overwhelmingly. Nobody abstained. And Floyd George said, oh, they're cheating me. That was coup d'etat. It's a coup d'etat. The people overthrew me. I mean, where is your authority here? Where is your constitutional authority? Mr. Floyd George does not have a constitutional authority. Nothing backs the man up. He does not have constitutional backing to state any longer. He went beyond his scope. He could not do what the Constitution mandated him to do, set an election commission, call meetings. He could not do all of that. So the Constitution is clear. Mr. Floyd removal is justified by the Constitution because according to the law, 10 people constitute quorum and they can make decision. Okay? They can make decision. And 58 members met and they put a resolution on the floor and it was approved overwhelmingly. Nobody abstained. Floyd George called a meeting. He said 15 to 20% came and they put a resolution on the floor. Even though the Constitution says you should set an election commission, it's that his job Constitution and whether the members agree or not. The Constitution gave you the right to do that. It's your job. But the man say I called a meeting. Even though the Constitution authorized me to do a specific job, but I went to a meeting and I asked a member, and the member said, no, I should not set an election commission. Even though no meeting meetings to prove that. Okay? No meeting meetings. So because the member says, okay, but this time around the member met. 58 members met and they say, you know what? We don't want, they put a resolution on the floor and they replaced them and they voted for it. So when the members can say, oh, Floyd, don't set an election commission. And the same members can come by and say, you know what? We don't want Floyd George. What are you protesting? If you can listen to them the first time, why you can't listen to them the second time? Is it because you are not present? But the Constitution did not say that the president should be present for decision to be made. No, it didn't say that. There is nowhere in the Constitution. It just said the president can call a meeting, emergency or not, he can call a meeting. It didn't say that the president should be present for decisions to be made. No, it didn't say that. It is clear, it's unambiguously clear here. It said at least 10 members of the chapter shall constitute a quorum for the commencement of the conduct of the meeting. For decisions to be binding, 2/3 of the full membership category. Okay? 2/3 of the full membership category present at a given meeting. Present at a given meeting, vote to approve. So what is the argument for Floyd George? Anything. If Floyd George does not accept the decision of the people, all right, then he just wants to divide the community. And it's not good for his record. He has to abide by the law. The law is clear. Floyd George cannot do otherwise because the people have made the membership, full membership, they have the authority. Okay? Whether you are present or you are absent, it didn't say you can't have meeting in the absence of the president. Floyd George can come and give out a constitutional provision. Nothing. It didn't say that. At least 10 members of the chapter of Minnesota shall constitute a quorum for the commencement of the conduct of the meeting. Okay? For decision to be binding, 2/3 of the full membership category present. The people that are present at a given meeting, they can vote to approve. That's exactly what happened during the meeting. The members that were present, there were 58 members of the Minnesota chapter that they were present. And a resolution was put on the floor. And the resolution was overwhelmingly voted by the people that were present. But Floyd George going around and say, oh, the election of the interim leader is illegal. Okay, where is your constitutional backing? Where is it? Okay, he was playing on the nomenclature. He said, the people say adult council or whatever the name they gave the leaders. Okay, that's what he playing on. Okay, you can take that part of it, but the members they gather, that's a fact. So you can play on whether that we don't have eminent council, we have eminent council. Okay, you can play with that. It's not in the Constitution. But the members are not, the 4 members that are present too, they are not part of the Constitution. The Constitution says 4 members of membership. The people that are present during a meeting, they can vote and they can make decision that is binding. That's what your Constitution says, sir. So is Floyd George reading his Constitution? Is he reading the document? Or are he just using emotions? Floyd George got to read the document. That's what brought you to power. So, and he said, man, I was listening to him. Oh, I was not present, and to make a decision. Okay, where in the Constitution it says that the president must be present for the people to make a decision? It didn't say that. You can call a meeting. You can be the presiding officer, but if you decide to stay away, when the people call you, decide to stay away, they will make a decision. Because after all, it is the supreme body. The president is not the supreme. You don't need the president for the supreme body to make a decision. No. You don't need that. So I don't know what Floyd is thinking. For the supreme. Yeah, for the supreme body to make a decision, you don't need the president. Because the president is not the head of the supreme body. The supreme body is head of the president. It's head of the full leadership. Not full leadership, but the board of directors and all of that. All right. So I don't know. Let me see. There's a quarter here. Let's see. Hey, O'Hara. Hello. Let's see. Hello? Let's see. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So I followed the issue, and I was reading the constitutional provision. And one thing I like to say to our people on that side and everywhere in the Sapo community around the world, the essence of us coming together is to be united. So when we are doing things, it should meet the consent of any law that will be governing our institution.
Correct.
What I read just now, if it will follow, then the president will remove legitimately. But if anything on the contrary, then they should go back to that drawing board and see how bad they can handle it, because we need unity. We do not want what transpired before. We have two institutions, the USAA and other institutions. So we would like to encourage that. I'm speaking as a sessional here. I'm the president of the Nomopo Youth.
Yeah, this is the Grand Jury Association. This is Grand Jury Association. Their local chapter in Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah, but that the Grand Jury Association and the Sapo, they are intertwined.
Right. I agree.
That's the reason why we have a Sapo session in Grand Jury.
Right.
We are Dodi. We are all the same family. But
Sapo daughter the president, Ide Poa, Sapo Gay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we are all the same people. So we want them to handle that issue amicably. We don't want no division in the community. The Crown, the Sapo, we are one family. So the issue of the fact that, those biodiversity hotspots, for example, the Sapo National Park, the Gola Forest, the other areas are preserved areas.
Okay.
The preservation of those areas are critical. That's the reason why international institutions make money available for the area to be protected. We have to check on the Norwegian government. They made a lot of funding available for the Sapo National Park and other forests in Liberia to be preserved.
Okay.
And in Sino, most of our people who surround the park, they live by the park. They live around the park. One of the things that the government have not created is a program to show that those people who survive at the park have another alternative source.
Okay.
There have been no program, there have been no training. Even previous and current leaders, the counties, senator representative, they are never thinking that like the only thing they will tell the people, it is to get in the park is illegal. But the people have no source. They have no different skill apart from farming. So they farm in the park, they hunt in the park. You understand? Taking it from the park is good. I did a certificate program in environmental management organization. I understand what it means to preserve the biodiversity hotspot. But our people who survive by it, how do we intend to settle that life? So the Sapo youth, we did a project that we wanted to go back home to enlighten the people on the importance of living the park. So in that project, we also include, as we enlighten the people to live the park, what do we present to them as an alternative source? They can sponsor agricultural program. There can be another area where they can farm. There can be a gari processing machine. Those that playing cassava to process that gari and process that fufu and sell on the market to at least have another source of income. But all of the things we have been channeling it to FDA. The only thing they will do, they will go in the park, they remove the people, and the people will go there. So if you remove the people who are an alternative plan for them to survive, they will always go in the park. So I also would like to caution your show to also, divert your advocacy a bit to the alternative source of our people when they take away from the park, how do they survive? The government should be responsible for that.
I told her that's why I was calling the lawmakers out, right? Because I mean, because the reason you have leaders in the country to create the economic environment, right, for the people to prosper, for you to put laws and policy into place that will better the lives of the people. So you cannot just sit back. And that's why when you guys are complaining about Sonny Boy Noah, it's not that I'm complaining about the guy, but he's not doing what, because I want him to be different. Because the leaders before him, he said they didn't do, well for our people. Okay, now, right? So when you are there,
you should do better.
Right. So what I'm saying from him is the same thing that he disparaged, that he criticized, that he berated in the past, that the leaders before him they were doing. That's exactly what he's doing. You take Chinese and put it over, Palava Hall, you call it town hall or city hall. How does that help the people? How does that put food on the table? How does that create jobs for the people? So those are the. I want to see something different for Sonny, but I'm not saying he is doing the same thing over and over. And Einstein told us that long time. The definition of craziness, he used the fancy word insanity, is doing the same thing over and over. Sonny Boy Noah is replicating the same policies that did not help our people. And that's why so I want to see a revolution in District Number 3. I want to see a revolution, throughout the country, where everybody, they don't have to go live in the park. Human being, when I look at, there's a video one time in Morovia. Human being living in graveyard, living beings. They're sleeping in the grave. And we still have leaders. I was like, what?
I'm a direct victim of that. An immediate family member was there. I have to go and take it for them. I'm talking to the rehab to Nizo. At least now he's doing better in society. So the park, when you hear the word park, it's not for people to live.
No.
People reserve some protected species, and people can go for tourism. You see the forest, the creek, and other stuff there. It's not where people live and survive, do go, man. It's just that because there is no alternative for our people. And sometimes when FDA enter that place, it creates chaos. Sometimes people even die in the process because the people can want to leave, the FDA can want to assist. The ranger has gone. They are armed. You follow the issue of Mr. John Yen in 2017.
Yeah.
There were serious chaos where the single barrel with fire and other stuff. People fire gun. So these are lessons that our leaders should have learned, that today the park should be safe. But nothing even both senators, Senator T, Senator Duncan, none of them can even discuss the park.
Nothing. They're not saying anything.
So I follow what we saying. While they content, you were discussing about the park, about people, but I would like to encourage you to put for an alternative. So I also like to motivate that Sonny Boy is a young man, right? You may have some of the brilliant ideas, but you can channel it to Sonny Boy, directly to help him to grow.
How? I wrote an article the other day. The path to success. I can't correct. Say that I gave you some ideas, but I don't know what other guys read those things. And I don't have access to an email. I don't have access to him Facebook. He blocked me everywhere. And his boys, they don't want to be open-minded. To say, what? Let's read between the lines what the guy's saying. Let's try to work with him. But when they come there, they throw tension. They attack me personally. I don't get time for those things. You attack me. All I'm doing is to help the very self. I'm fighting for you, but you think you're fighting me, but I'm fighting for you. Because I don't hate you. I don't hate anybody in that place. But you can't be my representative. And then your chief of staff is telling me a town in the place you represent, the people don't have water. But then you come on Facebook, you want to say, oh, that's how you put a token woman or in the air. Okay. Am I the representative for the people in District Number 3? No.
You are not a representative, you are just a citizen. But the issue here is, the criticism on Sonny Boy Noah, criticizing the clothes he wear, the way he designed clothes, the way he had a party. I think these are issues that can make people start to.
Okay, O'Hara, valid point, right? So, but if you have, the people of District Number 3, they are not Sonny Boy's children, right? But if you are a head of a house and your children don't have food to eat, do you go around dressing?
No, I will not do
no.
That, I will portray.
Do you go have party for 4 days? That's what you do when your people don't have food to eat? No. And that's what, so I think the criticism is legitimate.
So that Sonny Boy is a young man, regardless of the position. He's a very young man.
He's not he's not very. Sonny Boy, no, he's not 20 years old. He's not 19. I mean, he's 40. So he's not very young.
However, you know, he has a private life to lay outside of the position. So I think we all need to work around him to ensure that he does the right.
Yeah, but a private life should not be more than the people. You can't get 10 cars and you don't have bridge in your district. When you go into your place, then you gotta go get plank to put on the road. I mean, what are you in the Capitol building? What are you advocating for 15 months? The guy has not sponsored one bill. So what is he doing? We don't see the man speaking for the people on the floor, nothing. But then they say, why am I talking? I want to see the man. The people will put, I mean, how you call in the age of technology? They will post up telling about a picture with microphone, holding microphone to his mouth. Okay, where is the video? Where the man talking for us? He can't put, let me see what he is talking. Yeah.
So you have it.
Oh, yeah. Let me see what the man. You show me. You can't show me the man with picture, so I can take microphone, somebody take my picture and put it on the internet. What am I? It doesn't mean anything. So in the digital age, okay, put a picture, a video, let you watch anybody know what he's saying on the floor. But the man was in the corner, they took a picture and they put it out there, and somebody think I'm gullible to buy. No, I'm not.
But I can assure you that we all should work with him, but no one to show that he does better.
What is he working on? That's what I want to know. Because the first thing the man ran on, I don't have a platform. Okay, so what are we working with him on now? What is he? I mean, what is he working on? If he had a platform, like in the case of Romeo, right? Romeo said, I mean, he coming, for example, this is what he ran on during the campaign. Okay, let me put myself in the corner here. Okay, this is why he's saying he ran on adequate representation, healthcare delivery system, development, women empowerment, youth empowerment, rehab, and all of that, agriculture. These are the things Romeo said he wants. So we'll have an idea of what Romeo wants to do. So if we want to say, for example, we want to help Romeo, we can go lobby for agriculture equipment, right? That way, I mean, we can help him in that area. So how do we empower the youth? So how do we help some? Yeah, go ahead.
Romeo currently has an agriculture cooperative that he established with the women of Great and North Pole to support agriculture, which is good. You know. And
so what does it mean when you say he has agriculture cooperative? What are they doing? What?
So in Liberia, when you establish a cooperative, meaning for Ministry of Agriculture to work with for NGOs, you have to group farmers together into cooperative, right? Into group. Like all the women that in Sincon, all the women that are making farm will put it into cooperative. One cooperative register them, then they will get support from the government, they'll get support from donors to help.
So what are support the people getting now? The women getting from Romeo's?
I haven't gotten a detail of whether they are getting support, but I know of the cooperative. So when you talk about agriculture, the only thing I'm aware of on our entire platform, at least, even if that make progress that they have started. But all in that, the youth empowerment, the healthcare delivery, the Romeo Queer district is Romeo Queer, one of the lawmakers saying, "Oh no, I seen anything for him." So if we can create this.
So the library, you say, the 100,000 reported, he has not done anything.
That call anybody in this you want. Patch that Romeo Queer media consulting. I think you should call him. Then he can tell you what Romeo has done.
Because he went Sano and spoke to everybody got $100,000, and I will use mine to build a library for the children. That's why he reported.
Romeo is not being. Why Romeo did that? Everybody criticized in Nomapo, right? Currently in Nomapo, World Bank build gigantic structure. The school at World Bank in Nomapo, right? The school has air condition, right? They had modern chairs, projector, everything, computer lab. Then one TWR, Mr. Robinson, TWR had a school there previously. So that area have about 3 schools. So instead of Romeo coming in Greenville to build a library, he go build another school side place to prove a point. What's the essence? The way you get Kolo school in Jackson, they get or the one I want to go that elevator to see how the Jackson Central area. So that if you want to build school as a lot, because you go in post school, between those 3 schools, where all they get 2 schools, a senior high school, when other area does not. So the problem Romeo is the old major lack vision. That project should have been in Greenville, where you use as the library, where you go pay school, where in Nomapo. So when they say for Nomapo, everything should be in Nomapo. Even when I want you were doing the year, should be in Nomapo. I will say you pay Torah.
Okay.
The school I work in, it cannot be compared to the only school I can match a bit that Sando High in Greenville. But the school is up to standard. So why must Romeo go and pay another small day? Then you say that elementary. So the one that will be paid if from elementary you senior high. So why you pay
another elementary school again?
Yeah, just because he and Rawson Tia in complaint say you want to break the school, Rawson Tia pay more than 14 years ago, like that no school in the whole Nwapo. When they want to erase it, man, like I say.
Thank you, O'Hara. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, let me wrap on the graduate stuff, right? I just wanted to hear the young people of San Otu to get their thought in, and I appreciate O'Hara coming on all the time to contribute, right? Yeah, but the Graduate Association in Americas, the removal of this gentleman right here is constitutionally justified. All right, it is written clearly in the Constitution that a guy overstayed, and the people have the authority to remove him. Okay, so we'll read the first provision here, just to reiterate in closing. Okay, to just make that thing to stay with you. So when Floyd George say anything and say, "Oh, I will remove illegally," so you can be able to debunk the man. Okay, so Article 4 of the Constitution, membership, right? Let's go to membership here quickly. There's membership right here. It says clearly in ABC language. Let me look at the authority I want of the full members right here. Okay, the full members. Anytime you go to the Constitution, just come to the portion right here, and then you zoom in on H. Okay, H is what the members use to remove the president. You're going to say the full members can decide any matter not specifically addressed in this Constitution. Okay, so if somebody overstay what to do and what not to do, who's supposed to do what? The Constitution did not say that. So the members, 58 members, they met and they put a resolution on the floor. And they say, you know what, we can replace their brother. In line with when it comes to meeting, how many persons? The quorum. Okay. The meeting, the Constitution says 10 persons can be quorum. And of the presiding, the members that are presiding are present at a meeting, 2/3 of that group can make a decision that is binding on all the members. Okay, that's why they say. So if you look at monthly meeting right here, and you come here, they say they tell who can call the meeting and all of that. A monthly meeting of the chapter shall be held at 5 p.m. during winter. I don't know, and 6 p.m. during summer. Okay, how about spring too now? No meeting during spring. But anyway, on the Sunday of the Liberian weekend off, the venue and date shall be the responsibility of the executive president can decide that, right? Okay, at least 10 members of the chapter shall constitute a quorum for the commencement of the conduct of the meeting. Okay, for decisions to be binding, 2/3 of the full membership category present at the given meeting vote to approve. Okay, that's exactly what they did. Okay, the member met and they decided to put a resolution on the floor and they say, you know what, Mr. Floyd George should be removed and be replaced with Mr. Bobby Tory. All right, Tory was given 3 months to lead into election. Okay, after 3 months, if Mr. Bobby Tory does not do his job, the people can go back again and replace him too, or they have the authority to extend his mandate, the general membership. Okay, the full membership, I should say, because that's how they call it. The full membership got the authority to do that. Okay, so Mr. Floyd, all the lamentation I've been hearing. Let's play a little bit of Mr. Floyd here and listen to what he's saying. Okay, let's play a little bit. I didn't upload it, but I'll put it on the audio so you can listen to Mr. Floyd. Some of the argument he's making, for example.
According to our sister here, Vlad, that you wrote the national president. Did you at any point send a letter to the national president and say, look, there's these things happening in my state. I don't understand it. And did you complain to the national president?
Mr. Dover, compromise. If a person is compromised, you don't want to deal directly with them.
I want to play that. The man, Prince asking a specific question, right? And the man went different direction. The man asking a question. Listen.
That information, I'm assuming, because according to our sister here, Vlay, that you wrote the national president. Did you at any point send a letter to the national president and say, look, there's these things happening in my state, I don't understand it, and did you complain to the national president?
Mr. Dover, compromise. If a person is compromised, you don't want to deal directly with them. Either poor administration are being.
Okay, the man asking a question, did you send a communication to the president? In keeping with the Constitution, because that's what the Constitution said, they gave us command whether you agree with either or not. That's what Prince was saying. Did you follow the procedure? The man said either compromised, so he will not send a letter to the woman. Okay, now he sent a letter to the board of directors. The board went and sent it and said, you know, sir, go back to the executive because you are passing over the chain of command. Okay, you can't pass over the chain of command. Whether you agree with the executive or not, go through the channel. If you think you don't get justice, then you can go to the next level. But you can't jump over the first chain of command and go to the next one. You don't roll like that. They put spell everything out. But listen to him.
Let me reiterate. It came a time Idepua called me, and she asked me that the members should pay $10 to go to the convention. Then I asked her this question, Madam President. When these people pay $10, the $10 is their membership fee. Who's going to pay the city fee? Do you know the answer she gave me? Go into the organization conference and take money from there. When you come back, then you can look for it. The second thing, I got a copy of a letter.
Okay, so what is wrong with that? The answer the president gave. If you don't have money, why do you have money in your account? What is the purpose? This is for the money to be used. So the president said, okay, if the people pay the $10, if you don't have money for whatever else, go in the account. And when you guys come back, you can find a way to replace the money. Why do you have money? You just want to have the money in the account sitting in there, doing nothing? The president did not say unilaterally go in the account. He said, go to your members and you guys can decide to go to the account and take something from there. That's why you got the money in the account. That's why the people raise the money for, to do stuff that you don't have the money to do.
Idepua was congratulating the so-called interim president because I'm not going to give them credence.
My parent here, Mr. President. That's it.
All right, he's not going to give credence to the interim president, right? Okay, the same people you say you call a meeting, and that meeting, 20% attended that meeting. And the 20% told you, don't set up, you wanted to set up election commission. And the 20% say, don't set up election commission, you listen to them. Another meeting was called. You did not show up at the meeting. Okay? And at this meeting, because according to him, that 15 to 20% attended that meeting. But this time around, another meeting was called, and 58 members attended that meeting. And a resolution was put on the floor, just the same way you put a resolution on the floor, whether he should do his job, basically, to establish election commission or not to establish one. And you put a resolution on the floor, and according to the floor, the members said no. Okay. Now, you abide by that decision from the members that gathered at that meeting. The second meeting, 58 members, they gathered to put a resolution on the floor. Should we remove the president or keep him? The 58 members, they voted and said we should remove the president. Floyd said he's not taking it. Okay, why you take the decision of the first 15 to 20 members, but you can't take 58 members' decision? Why? Why you can't honor that? What are they doing wrong? The Constitution says the full membership, they can make decision that can be binding on all the members. It didn't say, Mr. Floyd, you have to be present for the full members to make decision. It didn't say anything like that in the Constitution. So we want to know, where is the constitutional backing for the ranting and the agitation of the former president? Where's the constitutional backing? Where in the Constitution it says that you can stay over beyond your term? In the Constitution, it's clear. You can go for 2 terms. You can run for the same position twice. After that, you can't go anymore. You want first term, you want second term. That 4 years. You give yourself additional 3 years. You cannot set an election commission. You cannot you cannot call a meeting. But yet, you still say you are legitimate. Where are you getting your legitimacy from? Which document is backing your legitimacy? Which document are you referencing to keep you in power? Give us some provision in the Constitution. It's not about what I eat poor is compromise. It's not about throwing words around. You need a provision in the Constitution that backs you up. The president can call a meeting, granted, we agree. The president can call emergency meeting, yeah, we agree with that part. But the Constitution did not say anywhere in the Constitution that you must be present for the 4 members to make a decision. No, it didn't say that. It didn't say the board should be present, the board chairman should be present, the vice president should be present, no. It said the 4 members that got the authority to make decision that is binding. The people present during a meeting. 10 persons constitute quorum. All right, and you got 58 members. And George Floyd says that, it's illegal. Okay, where is the illegality? Where is the constitutional backing? Floyd cannot tell anything. Where is the constitutional illegality here? The people are following the Constitution. The Constitution gives them an authority. I read the authority of the people here. Yeah, it's a monthly meeting. Okay, at least 10 members of the chapter shall constitute a quorum for the commencement of the conduct of the meeting. For decision to be binding, 2/3 of the 4 membership category present at a given meeting vote to approve. The people, 58 members met. And Floyd said, no, I don't want to. You're cheating me. But are you agitating? Are you protesting against the Constitution? The document that brought you to power, is that what you are protesting against? How do you do that, sir? The Constitution brought you to power, but it took you from there. You are protesting against it. Give us some. I mean, I can't wait to get Floyd backing from the Constitution. Yes, the authority of the 4 members. It gave it to them and listed everything. They can dissolve the chapter for cause. They withdraw the chapter from National Association for cause. Remove the entire board from office for cause. Expel or suspend any membership for cause. Revise any decision of the executive or the board for cause. All right. It goes on to say F. Repeal or amend in whole or part. They can amend the whole Constitution. They can do it in part or in whole. Right. Any provision of the Constitution for cause. Mandate the executive or the board to set up independent or ad hoc commission or committees for cause. Decide any matter not specifically addressed in this Constitution. Mr. Floyd, you stay 7 years and you want to stay on, and the people say no. The Constitution does not say, it does not address if somebody overstay what we should do and what we should not do. So it gave it to the 4 members. They make the decision. It's not Floyd George. It didn't say Floyd should be present for the people to make the decision. No. So, Mr. Floyd, don't tarnish your legacy. Follow the law that brought you to power. The law is clear here. Any attempt to the contrary, you make yourself a low bar. You don't have the constitutional backing to continue any protest to the contrary. No. Mr. Floyd George, just do the honorable thing. Support Mr. Baba Tule. Support Tule. And after Tule, set an election commission. You're still eligible. If you want to be board member, you can do that. You can run for that office. You can't run for president anymore, but you can be a board member. But right now, the gavel is in the hand of Bobby Tule to run, to make sure that the people go to election, something that you could not do in 3 years. How difficult is it to call a meeting? Is it difficult? No, it's not. The people were able to call 58 people to kind of meeting in no time. 58. And you could, in 7 years, you can bring, 30% to a meeting. The max you can get are 15 to 20. It's a leadership failure, Mr. Floyd. When you see when you are a leader and you call and the people are not listening to you, something is already wrong. All right? You are not doing something right. That means you have to go back to strategize and kind of, there's something they call self-awareness. Reevaluate yourself. What am I doing wrong? Why the people when I call that they are not coming to, they're not listening to me? It's a failure on your part. And so you can't protest against the Constitution. It's the Constitution that remove you. It's not the people. It's not the people. It's the Constitution that what brought you to power. And it says that you overstayed, the board did not do a job, the board is supposed to impeach and remove. But guess what? The highest power of the document of the Constitution is the General Assembly. The full membership, it calls it. Okay? It says right here. Let me repeat that before I let you go. It says right here. It says right here. Full membership. Let's look at that. Membership. Objective, the motto. Okay, membership. Full membership. Full membership shall be open. No, I want to see that the full membership of the Minnesota chapter shall be the supreme organ. Supreme. Above all else. Okay? The full membership of the Minnesota chapter shall be the supreme organ of the chapter to exercise such supremacy. Okay? Such supremacy. 3/4 of the entire full membership category shall exercise the authority. And then they list what the people can do. So where is the agitation here from Mr. Floyd George? Why is he trying to divide the organization? You want to go by the emotions of my brother and Gimman and who yell? Listen to Gimman, small man yelling. No, anybody who follow the other person, the chaos are coming. Listen to Gimman some more. Gimman, you see, and that's why some of all we are kind of skeptical. You know, when you want to be the national leader for an organization as Grand General Association, right? When something happens, you must first go to the legal, read all the documents so that you can be abreast, so you can speak from an informed position, right? But if you go off of emotions, some of all we are here to do the research for the people, all right? So listen to Gimmer a little bit here.
Good morning, good evening, depending on where you find yourself. My fellow Grangidians, my name is Octavius Bestman Gilman, residing in Detroit, Michigan. As your chapter president for the Grand Jury Association in the United States, I come to you this morning or this evening with a clear and simple message. As we gather to head to Kentucky to choose our next leader, I come to you to inform you about a bubble, about a problem that is unfolding and how the propensity to derail the peace that we all are putting together in this community is Minnesota. I speak to you as your chapter president, as a chapter president from the state of Michigan. I'm asking all chapter presidents.
Oh, you still on?
Yeah. I'm wrapping up now. I just wanted to get your input here to what is unfolding. You follow our analysis. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I'll follow you too, but then I'm at the same time seeing my patient and stuff. But
okay,
I think you hit the Constitution on the head. You are able to break everything down while we remove the guy, and then while we are moving forward. Because as you rightly said, I listened to the show from the beginning. they talk to you, they told you that with the merit they will remove violently or they will remove, unconstitutional, but they never give you any provision in our constitution or our organic law that speaks to why they were removed. And as you read, they said the body is the supreme decision making or decision makers. And we came together as a body to remove this man who has overstayed his tenure. So I don't see where the force is about. I think the man, what I was telling one of his stooges was, listen, he could do the honorable thing and step aside peacefully so that we can honor him, because it will be the first time, the second time now in our history after Idipua, for somebody in leadership for our money to be kept for a long period without any misappropriation. So I think he should do this peacefully so that we can give him his flower while he's still around. Instead of saying there and then, trying to force about it when you know all the Constitution is not on your side. The reason I'm saying this is that today we have leaders in our community that are going through their own troubles, because you have people that are advising you, and all of a sudden when time comes, when the push comes to shove, your one will be in court answering to the law. So if he need to sit down and really think about this deeply, because sooner or later, when you are going to cook, all these people that are advising you when you're going to face the law, they will be long gone. They'll be in the confines of the living room, in the confines of the living room, and have a good time.
Correct.
So I think you should think about this. You should think about this. Step aside peacefully. You know the law is not on your side. Stop fooling yourself and stop getting carried away, because nothing you to defend you. You overstay your tenure. 4 years. 4 years. What is that to? What is that? Is that hard to explain? So don't mind these people. And as a leader, the interim, I continue. Listen, we are not trying to disenfranchise any group or anybody. All you can do, your list that you forwarded to the national that were rejected, bring that list. Let's combine it. You don't have to pay a fee to me. I will cover the fees, because what my objective in this has been interim is to bring the community together. So I don't see why is it that you don't want to bring that list, because they give an extension, which is the 12th. Today is the 10th. We got 2 more days. So if you very mean good for Mr. Gilman, you want Mr. Gilman to win, you will bring that list. Let's combine it and go to Kentucky and see who come out triumphant. So I don't know. The thing is, it's simple, unless there is an ulterior motive that they don't want to come on board. It is what it is. The Constitution is on our side. And the guy is a relative of mine. And when I was talking to one of our friends today, said, listen, why you have to remove the man? It could be another person. So I said, listen, by the today in the community, I do not carry on my activities due because of family affiliation. I call a spade a spade. Whether you're my little sister today, when you're wrong, I will tell you what it is. I have problem with either poor at the time. But when I saw the last 2 years what you do with our money, and I'll continue to tell you what has been our Achilles in this community. Our Achilles in this community has been misappropriation or embezzlement of our funds. And for the last 2 years, the woman kept our money without a dime being misappropriated. And so I decided to throw my strength on my behind her, because I want our money to be kept, our money to be secure. So it is what it is. We need to come together. There is no need to be forcing or trying to cause chaos in the community while we are trying to bring the community together, because you at the end of the day, you will lose. You will not win. The law is the law. The law is not on your side. So I think it will be good for him when he comes to terms. I know, listen, it's a tough pill to swallow when the law is against you and people decide to make decisions. But sometimes, you have to use that ability to recognize what is at hand, that the law is not on your side. After time, you will heal. And the capability of making decisions in tough situations makes people to respect you. Stop fighting. Stop wasting your time. So that's where we are. And I'm praying that the community come together. People will heal. But we have to move on. No individual is bigger than the organization.
You see, Mr. President, the thing is, so sometimes names, they come with consequence, right? Or they got some negative reaction to what you do. So when you say in crying in our language, when you say amwenu, it has a lot of meaning. So the guys are just doing anything, Amwenu.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a bad connotation to that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Amwenu. So Amwenu, so you will do anything?
Right. You're just doing
Whether
anything.
good or bad?
Yeah.
Amwenu.
When you're doing it, let it be within the confines of the law, you know. But you can't amwenu and just scatter everything. No, you can't do that.
And that's what I come in, and people try to say or frown on me when I come. So, you know, people seeking better, not better, but, you know, at least some form of a higher education, because then you will understand. Because all these people that go on the line, including the likes of my brother Bowie, then the writing, so it's unconstitutional. What do you understand about the Constitution? What did we do that is unconstitutional? Please come and lay it out to the people.
Yeah,
and that's what we'll be doing on the President Show tonight.
I mean, it's, Bobby, that's why, okay, somebody will, they will say it's constitutional, right? But they can't cite anything in the Constitution. But what are you talking about here?
So where are we going now? Where are we heading? How will you? I mean, so you got your other people there, the people that think like you. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be educating our people. The little knowledge that we have, we're going to be sharing it. What the Constitution say, what our Ghana laws say, the Bible, the Quran of this organization. We're going to be explaining it. Because if you can't come, it's unconstitutional. No, listen, this thing is not a family clan.
No.
Where the hierarchy will decide to make decisions. This is not a chiefdom. Where people come and say, oh, this is man, he's the herd, and he will make decisions. This is a democratic institution, and we need to learn to abide by the rules and regulations that govern this organization. So don't come out here and say, oh, listen, it was also unconstitutional. You think your unconstitutionality, it has to do with the man because your family, so you can remove the man. Oh, my man, the man in power for 7 years.
Yeah,
so
Bobby, you did not remove the man. The people themselves decided who they want. You know, you did not vie for any position. You guys went to a meeting, a resolution or put on the floor, who should be the head, and the people selected you. So
exactly.
You didn't vie for any position. Oh, Floyd on the ballot, I'm going to contest against him, or I want to take it. No, you didn't express an opinion like that. Yeah, but
and go ahead, sir.
No, I just want you to end your thoughts so we can call it a day.
And you or individuals should know that I have always shied away from leadership in this community.
Right.
When it comes to leadership, I say, ladies, other people should be given a chance because I have made my name. I believe I have my own name. I don't need to be out there to gain relevance. I've made my mark in the community. I will always be on the side as an arbiter to see how we can all guide this community. But when the time comes and the people say, listen, my man, we see something in you. We are at a crossroad. We need you to come in and set the record straight and put this community together. I can't continue to shy away from my people. So I did not. It wasn't something plain that I'm going to remove Floyd George, blah blah blah. Our people need to understand. Minnesota, as I continue to say, is one of the backbone of this organization. We can't sit on the side idly and not do anything. We become the mockery of the union. Everywhere we go, Minnesota, they have not paid a chapter fee. Where is Minnesota chapter? Where the city? We don't even have a legal board members. We don't have anybody to advocate for us. The president unknowingly, or I don't know, and illegally appointed, our constitution board members have to be elected.
Also, he appointed you though?
He appointed me. And I continue to say that. This is not right. But he wouldn't listen. I said, listen, if things come to short today, we'll have no voice. People say, listen, you were appointed.
But why didn't you reject the position and know that the man did not do the right thing?
But I was non-functional because I never took it serious. The letter he sent me that I'm being appointed. I sent a letter back to him. The records are there. I refused the letter. I said, I had to be elected by the people.
Okay.
I had to be elected by the people.
Because the communication he sent to the board, he said he recalling you back.
When the board don't even recognize, the board don't even know what I exist or not as a board member. And so it's a strange thing for the board to say, oh, we are recalling Mr. Tudy back. So the board they don't know my existence. So that we need to speak peace. The man, people, his stooges or our henchmen, they need to come to terms that this is over. How long you want to take this thing, you're not going to win in the end. So start wasting your capital. Let's bring the community together. Let's give you the flower. And I promise you, I said, listen, Mr. President, the accolade you are seeking, we will give it to you. The relevance you're seeking, we will give it to you. What we will do is that when we go to Kentucky and when they call upon Minnesota chapter, I will call you, hold your hand, and you will stand by me. We will make our statement, and then I will turn the microphone over to you so you can tell the community thank you for the time you serve, and we'll give you a flower and the acknowledgement that for keeping our capital or our funds secure. You will get that recognition. That's the best we can do for you because you deserve it.
Right.
But if you want to pursue other agendas, if you want to pursue the wrong way, then we will discharge you of your duties dishonorably. That's what we'll do.
All right, Mr. Tode, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right, so that's the interim president of the Minnesota chapter there, Mr. Tode. Yeah, the man is passionate about the community, coming to do the right thing.
To inform you.
All right. So that's, but I just wanted to read the communication right here before I let you go for the day. So this is the complaint that Mr. Tode, but Mr. The president, the ousted president, sent to the board of directors, circumventing the authority of the president. So the mayor's office of the board, chair national board of directors, GGAA Graduate Association in Americas, pour that information there, and then the president either pour the Constitution committee, they pour the information. Subject request for complaint investigation. So Mr. Floyd George sent a communication. Let's see. Let me go back here. I want to get to that communication. Let's see. I won't get to his first. Okay. So yeah, that Floyd letter I want to read right here. This is what he got. All right. So Floyd wrote this communication, sent it to the board. So you see here, Office of the Chapter President, Graduate Association in Americas, Minnesota Chapter. Put details over there, and Mr. Floyd George, President, GGAA Minnesota Chapter, phone number, everything, their email. April 2nd, 2025. Mr. Wulu Collar, Chairman, National Board of Directors, Graduate Association in Americas, Woolen, and they put all the details there. And it's a reference. Editon Bobby Tude, an illegitimate, illegal group interim president. Okay, so from the line alone, that it's all about emotion, right? So you're calling people illegitimate, illegal, and all of that. Okay, let's see whether you're gonna back it up. Because it's one thing to say something, it's another thing to back it up, right? So you can call somebody illegitimate, you call the person illegal. I can bring a lot of words and put it out there, but can you back these words up, okay, with the law, with provisions from the law to prove why you say that this person is illegitimate, why you say the person is illegal, right? So you say, dear Honorable Chairman, okay, first of all, you don't use semicolon, like this right here, semicolon, you don't use it. These semicolons are used to separate independent clauses or sentences, basically it's two sentences they can stand by themselves. You can either use colon or comma, right? But you can use semicolon. That's the wrong application of it. But let's go. Let's leave all low details right there. All right. So it says, on behalf of the administration and GGAA Minnesota chapter, I am writing to raise an issue or to draw your attention. I'll read that line again. On behalf of the administration and GGAA Minnesota chapter, I am writing to raise an issue or draw your attention to the issue that has occurred over the weekend in Minnesota chapter on the March 30th, 2025, and continuing to persist. This matter is causing not only division in Minnesota chapter, but has the grave propensity to disrupt and cause chaos to the upcoming national convention if not addressed as an urgent, as a matter of urgency, right? He goes on to say, Mr. Tude has engaged in smear tactics of divisive politics. Okay, he just says stuff, right? He has not, he didn't give any reference of where the men engaged in divisive tactics. But let's go ahead. The people went to the meeting and They decided who they won, and they chose Bobby. Bobby did not campaign for a position, right? But anyway, so he said Mr. Tory has engaged in smear tactics of divisive politics that is dragging the Minnesota chapter into division. Mr. Tory connived, okay, it should be in the past, right? Connived with a group calling themselves former leadership, okay? A group calling themselves former leadership, okay? To call for a meeting of insurrection. You say you call it insurrection. I mean, if you call this insurrection, then it's constitutional insurrection, because what the guys did was in keeping with the Constitution. So if you say your removal was insurrection, that means you are saying the Constitution removed you through an insurrection, basically what you're saying. So instead Mr. Tory, a board member, participated in an illegal meeting held, okay, going to a meeting is illegal. When does it become illegal to go to a meeting? Where? Which meeting is legal and which meeting is illegal? Where in the Constitution they got illegal meeting? Where is the constitutional backing that? Mr. Floyd George would call a meeting of 58 Grangidians meet. They met somewhere. They had a meeting, and he said they are illegal, or he called it illegal meeting. The president does not have to be present for the meeting to be legitimate. No, to be constitutional. It didn't say that. It didn't say that anyway. So he said that Tory, a board member, participated in an illegal meeting held on March the 30th, 2025, where he fraudulently influenced attendees. Okay, some who are not bona fide members. Okay, he did not call who was bona fide, who wasn't bona fide. How do you know that? Okay, you are not called meeting for years. You say people are not coming for meeting. So who is bona fide and who is not bona fide? Who is legitimate? How do you determine all of this? When you say people are not, when you call for meeting, nobody coming. But you say people are legitimate and people are not legitimate. How do you come out with all this conclusion? Okay, so the man said who are not bona fide members to appoint him as interim president. Okay, who are the bona fide members the man supposed to list them and call them to us so we can know? Okay, he said the following day, March the 31st, 2025, Mr. Tory went on social media publicly claiming to be the legitimate chapter president to lead the chapter to national and local elections. Okay, yes, the people they selected him as the interim president. It was in that capacity. He was acting, all right, based on the mandate of the people. He wasn't doing it on his own, by his own volition. No. He said, despite multiple phone calls to Mr. Tory, that his actions are wrong. Okay. When you say the man's actions are wrong, is it by your words, or do you have something to show that his actions? Where is the document that you are referencing? All right, to say that Bobby is wrong. Okay. So despite multiple phone calls to Mr. Tory that his actions are wrong and attempts to resolve this issue, there has been no change in his attitude. Okay. I don't know. You just call the man and say, oh man, you are wrong. Okay. How am I wrong? What did I do that is wrong? Or, I mean, give me some sort of argument that makes my action wrong. Okay. In fact, Mr. Tory continued to misrepresent and escalate his illegal behavior by reaching out to the National Administration for recognition. Okay. The people elected him and they give him the money, and he has to reach out to the people. If you don't agree with him, send your complaint to the president. Go through the national president, I mean, and go through the investigation. You know, but the judge said the people elected the man already. They selected him to lead them for 3 months, and the man said, okay, he sent a communication, or he reached out to the national president. Here's the deal: the people have selected me to lead them for 3 months. And I just want to reach out so you can know who is in charge here. When something goes wrong, who is responsible, who should be held responsible. I think that's the right thing to do. All right. So Mr. Tory, the man went on to say, the former president of the Minnesota chapter, Floyd George, he said, unfortunately, without inquiry from the chapter president, the national administration illegally or allegedly issue, okay, you say allegedly, right? He does not have the fact. He's just making us stuff, right? At least get the fact. But he just said he reporting the president based on allegation. Come on. How do you do this? You send a communication to the board of directors and you use an allegation. You don't have the facts. You just say, oh, Aroma, the allegation, without inquiry from the chapter president, the national administration allegedly issued a statement on social media congratulating Mr. Turi as president of the Minnesota chapter. Okay, so you didn't do your homework at all, nothing. All right, you didn't do your work. You reporting allegation to the board. All right, he went on to say Mr. Turi's actions are clear and flagrant violations of GGAA National and Chapter Constitution, and therefore we are recalling him from the board of directors with immediate effect for acts that are inimical to the cohesiveness of Grand Jury Association Minnesota Chapter. Okay, this is an interesting sentence here, right? The man said the man's actions are clear and flagrant violations. Okay, what did he do wrong? By the people, the full membership meeting, and they selecting him. Is that why he's doing that? Is flagrant violation of the Constitution, GGAA and national? Which okay, you cited Grand Jury, the national administration, and the chapter constitution. Okay, which provision in there was violated? Tell us, Mr. Floyd George. He did not do that. Okay, he just said the man violated flagrant violations of GGAA national and chapter constitution, and therefore you cite the provision that he violated. Is that the whole constitution? Okay, my man, give us specific position because each clause in the constitution applies to certain things. Okay, even though they are all together, but give us which one he violated, for which you are reporting into the board. Furthermore, we wish to unequivocally state that the concept of an interim president or any form of provisional leadership does not exist within the Minnesota chapter's governance structure. Okay, so the man is making an argument. He wants to stay in perpetuity. He been there he served 2 terms, and he gave himself additional 3 years. I don't know which provision in the Constitution that gave him that backing to get additional 3 years. Okay, but then he's saying there is no provision in the Constitution that says that there should be interim president, right? Okay, if you overstay your position, because the Constitution says, Mr. Floyd, any matter that is not specifically addressed in the Constitution, the full membership can act on that. Okay, so the Constitution does not have to state everything word for word. If that is the case, we don't have constitutional amendment because the Constitution will not capture everything, right? So it's because the Constitution, that what they say is a living document, right? It is living because things will be changing, and there are certain things it will not capture. So you periodically they do amendment and those different things. All right, they have referendums and they walk through the document. Okay, so you can't say because there is no sentence in the Constitution that says that there should be interim president. Therefore, it is illegitimate. It's not. It doesn't follow. The law doesn't work like that. That what the law says that any matter that is not specifically addressed, the full membership can address that issue. Okay, that's why it says. So you can't say because the Constitution. Furthermore, we wish to unequivocally state that the concept of interim president or any form of provisional leadership does not exist within the Minnesota chapter governance structure. The current administration remains the sole legitimate. Okay, what gives you the legitimacy now? Because you are operating outside the scope of the Constitution already. So where are you getting your sole legitimacy from? Because it's the Constitution you are referencing right now. So where is the provision that backing up your legitimacy? You didn't cite anything. No, the Constitution, it says clearly that you have 2 terms. All right, you can go 2 years and then you go another 2 years. After that 4 years, you can vie for the same position. You stay there for additional 3 years, but then you say you are legitimate. Okay, where are you getting your legitimacy from? What instrument gives you legitimacy that you are citing? Okay, so you are illegal already. You go beyond the scope of the Constitution, and you say you are legitimate. So I don't know. So the man said the administration remains the sole legitimate leadership until such time when duly constituted elections are conducted. He got 3 years to conduct election. He did not do that. But you say so the people should wait for another 5 years or 7 years or 8 years before. So I don't know what Floyd is talking about. All right. He said until duly constituted election are held. You got 4 years, you didn't do it. Or 3 years, you did not do it. You didn't call a meeting in 4 years. 3 years, I should be consistent. 3 years, you did not call a meeting. And he's saying you are still legitimate. Okay. Conducted in accordance with the established procedures that were formally approved by the chapter membership. Okay. Which one they approved now? All right. The Constitution is not on your side, brother. The Tutors unauthorized actions represent a clear violation of our organizational practices and threaten the stability of our chapter. We demand that he immediately cease and desist from all such activities that undermine the legitimate leadership and proper. What is, again, the question is, what gives you the legitimacy to be the legitimate starter that you have? What gave it to you? Where is your backing? Give a provision in the Constitution that gave you the backing. Floyd George cannot do that. And proper functioning of our organization. Thank you for your understanding and prompt attention to this matter. We look forward to your intervention and trust your ability to resolve this. So when you send a letter, the boss say, go back to Idepoa because that you didn't go through the proper channel. So the same back. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the issue of the Grand Judges Association in America said, Minnesota chapter that we wanted to address. Our people got to do the right thing. Okay, it is not about emotions because we are emotional beings. It's okay to be, but when it comes to matter like this, you need to be within the scope of the law. The law got to back you up, then you have a case. But as is, Mr. Floyd George does not have a case. No, he's just talking because he's angry. If you don't obey the people, it's everywhere around the world. Leaders are taken out of power. If they do the wrong thing, if they're not listening to people, they take the leader out. That's the fate of Floyd George. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for following this edition of Voice of Sound. We'll be back again next Thursday, beginning at 12 Eastern p.m. 12 Eastern. And then we'll be in Liberia 4-5. All right. So I want to say thank you so much. These are the topic. Hopefully, Madam Frances Clarke Myers will set up our election commission as well for us to go to work. And people will start working and put all their teams together and all of that. Let me look at your comments and then I will call you a day. I see some of the comments here. I'll close on that. So I will start from the bottom. I'm following you from MOV. What is that? So I don't know what MOV is. Bobby said I'm here. If you need my input, thank you for your input as well. Sorry, folks. If my comment is late, I applaud the Sapo campaigners for their brilliant move. This move is quite national, reminding the government of its responsibility. It seems to overlook some of these critical issues. Hey, guys, don't relent. Continue to keep the feet of this government to the fire. We get your back. Okay, so that Elder Suat over there, Reverend Suat, thank you so much for the support. But yes, I think the elder got to be specific because we have a representative for that district. So you say, hold on the feet to the fire. The elder got to say that. They can't just say, oh, the government, just make it, general. There's a man that is representing or that we elected that's supposed to seek our interests. But he is not. So, and the campaigners now, they are doing Sonny Ball's job. What is the number to call? Evangelist James, sorry, I didn't put the number up there. I'm closing now. Yes. So maybe I can call you through WhatsApp so you can get your say, messenger here, so you can have your say before I go. Let me see what I can call. You see what Evangelist James Carter got to say for a second. Let me call him. So hopefully you'll pick up. I won't give you the opportunity. So okay, apparently he's not available. So, guys, thanks for your comments. See you again next Thursday. I think I read all the comments earlier. All right, that's how we're doing it for the day. I want to say thank you so much for always following us. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Voice of Sino in the Diaspora is our name on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, hit that notification button as well, so that anytime we go live, you will be in the know. But I want to say thank you, and we will see you. Where's my music? And we'll see you another time. All right.
It is studio.